This page is the cover of Dorimaga magazine, featuring characters from Welcome to Pia Carrot 2.5 prominently displayed, highlighting the game's return. The main headline teases major announcements from a Sega content strategy presentation. The cover also showcases hot topics like the confirmed release date for Shenmue 2 and the latest news on Sonic Adventure 2. Other featured games and articles include Confidential Mission, Memories Off Second, Daiji I Carrot Fantasy, and more. This issue is dated June 22, 2001. This page is a full-page promotion for Sonic Adventure 2, featuring striking artwork of Sonic the Hedgehog and confirming the game's release date as June 16th. This page promotes the release of the Sonic Adventure 2 10th Anniversary Birthday Pack, stating it will only be sold for 2 days to commemorate Sonic's 10th birthday. The page highlights the limited edition pack, priced at 5,800 yen, excluding tax, which includes the game Sonic Adventure 2 plus 3 special bonus items, a 10th Anniversary Gold Disc, Music CD, a 10th Anniversary Gold Medal, and a Sonic History Book. The page also details the Sonic 10th Anniversary Birthday Party in Japan events, taking place on June 23rd and 24th, across Sapporo, Nagoya, Osaka, Fukuoka, and Tokyo. These events celebrate Sonic's birthday, which coincides with the release of Sonic Adventure 2. Screenshots showcase gameplay from Sonic Adventure 2, highlighting features like the split hero and dark story paths, which allow players to experience the narrative from different perspectives with distinct characters. It also mentions the 2-player battle mode and the diverse stages available, promising over 30 unique environments from cityscapes to forests and military bases. Building upon the excitement of the previous game, the Dreamcast logo is prominently displayed. This page shifts focus with dynamic manga-style illustrations that dive into the world of creating fan comics, known as doujinshi. The artwork features characters facing the intense passion and stress involved, with one character dramatically declaring, "Comrade, from now on, you are a doujin author!" Another character humorously questions whether a date or the deadline is looming tomorrow, while another boldly asserts that doujinshi is love. The page captures the energetic and sometimes chaotic process of creating these works. Prominently featured is the text doujin, presented with a comic feel, which, alongside the Aqua Plus copyright from 2001, strongly suggests this page promotes Comic Party. This visual novel and simulation game on Dreamcast, from Leaf and Aqua Plus, immerses players in the experience of becoming a doujin artist, perfectly matching the theme and characters depicted here. This page dives deeper into the world of Comic Party, the visual novel and simulation game, where you aim to become a successful doujin artist. The artwork features familiar characters from the game, capturing moments related to selling or creating fan comics. One character looks worried, saying, "Could it be? Not a single copy sold." Another character offers encouragement with a slightly awkward, so, please do your best. A third character, possibly suggesting a break, asks, "Hey, shall we go make a late-night snack?" The main focus is on the game itself, with the prominent title Comic Party displayed in a cheerful, bubble letter style, along with the English subtitle Comic Party. Below it, the release date is clearly stated as July 26th, Thursday. Pricing information is also provided, with the first limited edition priced at 7,800 yen, tax included, and the standard version at 6,800 yen, tax included. A section highlights 4 great luxurious bonuses included with the limited edition. These bonuses are listed as a newly drawn special package, a newly drawn telephone card, a pre-painted figure, and a full-color setting book. The text encourages immediate pre-orders to get the luxurious first limited edition. This page perfectly complements the previous one by giving concrete details about the game's release after setting the stage with the thematic illustrations of the doujinshi creation process. This page serves as the contents index for this June 22, 2001 issue of Dorimaga, Sega's premier Dreamcast magazine. Dominating the visual is a cool graphic of Sonic the Hedgehog bursting from a GREDROM disc, highlighting the bundled Dorimaga GD Volume 12 bonus disc. As expected, this disc features playable demos and video content for massive titles like Shenmue 2 and Sonic Adventure 2, plus previews for Confidential Mission and the Tetsun Net Gimmick Capcom and Psikyo All-Stars collection. Beyond the bonus disc, the magazine delves into a special feature on the popular Sakura Taisen Kaio show, celebrating its 5th anniversary. The main content section is packed with information on new and upcoming Dreamcast releases. You'll find in-depth coverage of highly anticipated sequels like Shenmue 2 and Sonic Adventure 2, alongside features on diverse titles spanning genres. Highlights include previews for Cordyceps 2nd, the fan-favorite Super Puzzle Fighter 2X arriving for matching service, the powerhouse fighter Capcom vs SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro, the unique action of Heavy Metal Geomatrix, and even the classic RPG compilation Atelier Marie and Ellie, The Alchemists of Salzburg 1 and 2. It's clear the Dreamcast still had a robust lineup in 2001, with something for every type of gamer. This magazine issue's table of contents and game index features strategy guides for titles like Phantasy Star Online v.2 and Crazy Taxi 2, alongside a section on popular features, notably, What Will Happen? The Future of D-Direct, discussing changes to the Dreamcast's point bank system. Dorimaga Topics covers industry trends, including hardware, mobile phones, and emerging technologies like internet cafes and 3D paper. The Game Index provides an alphabetical list of games, including Shenmue 2, Sonic Adventure 2, and Skies of Arcadia, showcasing the Dreamcast's diverse game library. A colorful illustration from Welcome to Pia Carrot 2.5 enhances the page, which also includes a key to understand in-game feature icons. This page focuses on Phantasy Star Online, featuring 2 distinct guidebooks for the game. The top section highlights the Phantasy Star Online Perfect Guide, described as packed with valuable data and information for all hunters. It proudly proclaims itself as the strongest book. The guide offers a complete walkthrough covering character creation, thorough strategy by occupation, numerous quest strategies, a detailed item list including special weapons, and a special interview with the developers. It is priced at 1,800 yen plus tax. Below, the Phantasy Star Online Navigation Guide is presented, suggesting it's where exploration of the planet Ragol begins. This guide emphasizes useful information for hunters, detailed explanations from character creation to network connection, and valuable information and techniques for both online and offline play. It provides a complete walkthrough of the game system, detailed methods for character, raisings training, and comprehensive explanations of weapons, items, and enemy data. This guide is available for 1,200 yen. Both sections feature vibrant artwork showcasing the diverse cast of characters from Phantasy Star Online. Contact information for SoftBank Publishing is also included. Following E3, a poll reveals readers are most anticipating the Nintendo GameCube, 51.7%, followed by Xbox, 23.8%, Dreamcast, 19.7%, and surprisingly low PlayStation 2, 3.4%. The GameCube, set for a September release, is praised for reliability and Sega titles like Phantasy Star Online, Super Monkey Ball, and Virtua Striker 3v.2002. The mature PlayStation 2 boasts a vast software library, with upcoming Sega titles like Space Channel 5 and Virtua Fighter 4. Xbox, similar in philosophy to the Dreamcast, showcases titles like Dead or Alive 3 and Jet Set Radio Future. Sega titles such as Panzer Dragoon or Sinta, House of the Dead 3, and Sega GT 2002 Fuel Reader Excitement. Interviews with Yuji Naka, Sonic Team, and Toshihiro Nagoshi, Amusement Vision, shed light on development, focusing on Dreamcast titles for Sonic Team and multi-platform development, with games like Super Monkey Ball for household appeal. Japanese game publishers are pursuing diverse strategies for growth. Nintendo excelled in hardware, while Konami benefited from licensing. Sega aims for profitability through multi-platform support. Sony focuses on PlayStation 2 shipments and broadband content. Nintendo prepares for a major GameCube launch. Koei targets a record year with PS2 titles. Capcom concentrates on home console development. Namco adopts a multi-platform approach with arcade and home releases, including Tekken 4. Square struggles to meet sales expectations despite Final Fantasy X. Tecmo eyes success with Dead or Alive 3 on Xbox. Additionally, mobile gaming, fueled by Java applications, is gaining traction, offering engaging experiences on next-generation phones. This page dives into a couple of interesting topics. First up, it explores the concept of the next-generation internet cafe, with a look at a new spot called Neka in Shibuya. This isn't your typical dusty internet cafe. It's presented as a clean, modern space designed for comfort, even featuring female-friendly areas. With high-spec SpyX ideal for online gaming, Along with services like video chat and free internet calls, it's aiming to be a versatile digital hub. It suggested this could hint at the future of public internet access, or even a new kind of arcade experience, with plans for significant expansion across Japan. Below that, there's an article celebrating papercraft, but not the simple kind. It showcases incredible 3D papercraft prototypes of characters from the popular game Cyber Troopers, Virtual on Oratorio Tangram. We see impressive models of Temjin and Feian in their distinctive mecha designs. Created by the group Real no Pozans, these aren't flimsy models. They are detailed, large-scale figures, around 2,530 centimeters tall, that look astonishingly like plastic kits, despite being made of paper. The article highlights their high quality and mentions plans for them to be sold online, proving that the art of paper folding can still produce truly impressive results related to our favorite games. This page reports on Sega's major strategy announcement held on June 5th, revealing their future direction. The main focus was on a surprising cross-platform network strategy, aiming to connect players across Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, and PC. This means games like the online communication title Guru Guru Onsen 2 will allow users on different consoles to interact, moving beyond Dreamcast exclusivity. They are aiming to create a unified online world. The announcement also touched upon Sega's plans for other hardware platforms, notably the unique life simulation game Romania No. 203, previously a Dreamcast exclusive, is being ported to PlayStation 2. Other titles like the arcade horse racing Sim Derby Owners Club and the soccer management series Successor, Let's Make a Soccer Team, are also mentioned in the context of this multi-platform approach. There's also a brief mention of Virtua Fighter 4. The bottom section provides a quick rundown of other industry news. Highlights include Sony dropping the price of the PlayStation 2 console, and the announcement of Grandia Stream, a new entry in the popular RPG series developed by GameArts and published by Enix, which was set for release on PS2. These updates show a dynamic period in the console market around early June 2001. Overall, the page emphasizes Sega's significant shift towards a more open, multi-platform strategy after exiting the console hardware market, focusing on leveraging their strong software library across different systems and pushing forward with online gaming concepts. This page delves into various promotions and upcoming events, starting with a joint campaign for the Dreamcast light gun game Confidential Mission alongside the movie The Tailor of Panama. It seems players could win prizes by participating, leveraging interest in the spy genre. Next, there's a campaign for Phantasy Star Online fans centered around a new guidebook release at SoftBank Books, featuring an image of the game's characters. This shows continued support and merchandise for the groundbreaking online RPG. A significant announcement for portable gaming is the return of Sonic the Hedgehog on iPlay mobile phones, featuring classic gameplay elements. This marked Sonic's venture onto mobile platforms, expanding his reach beyond consoles. There's also a fun promotion for fans of the visual novel Kami Party, offering a large, character-themed alarm clock as a reservation bonus, indicating fan engagement outside of core gameplay. Finally, the page highlights upcoming events, including a toy festival, store events featuring playable demos of the arcade hits Crazy Taxi 2 and Confidential Mission, and the TV Game Kingdom 2001 event. The latter promises hands-on time, with highly anticipated titles like Shenmue 2 and the upcoming Final Fantasy X for PlayStation 2. Showcasing Sega's involvement across platforms and giving players a chance to try out major releases. This page brings news from various corners of the gaming world. Legendary shooter developer Treasure is set to release their new game, Ikaruga, on the Naomi arcade system. Known for classics like Gunstar Heroes, expectations are high for this mysterious new title, hinted to be a technical marvel leveraging the Naomi hardware, as seen in the intense screenshot. On the portable side, Imagineer is expanding its reach with multiple service releases for iMode phones. This includes content tied to the popular mystery publication, Mew, and a service featuring the beloved character Hello Kitty. For Dreamcast fans, the soundtrack for Cul-de-Sac 2 is scheduled for release in advance of the game, accompanied by a reservation campaign on the official website offering various bonuses. A gameplay screenshot is also featured, showcasing the game's unique blend of strategy and visuals. Moving to web services, the long-running Dreamcast community platform, MailChimp, is undergoing a temporary suspension but is planning a renewal, with future possibilities including expansion to PC. Lastly, the GameSpot web news section recaps the week's top stories and access rankings, highlighting key industry events like Nintendo's financial results and Square's plans regarding stock market listing. The next page brings news from various events and industry happenings. Sega's Tokyo Joyopolis is hosting a unique summer attraction featuring an exhibition of large and beautiful insects, including the impressive Hercules beetle, offering a chance for direct interaction. Anticipation is building for the Tokyo Game Show 2001 Autumn, with dates confirmed for October 12th to 14th at Makuhari Messe. Following a quieter spring show, hopes are high for a strong lineup of games and exhibitors this fall. In the realm of computer graphics, Namco has received awards at the prestigious SIGGRAPH 2001 event for their CG works. The winning pieces, titled Less Than Anju Greater Than and Less Than Nostalgia Greater Than, showcase peaceful and evocative visuals recognized for their artistry. Anime fans can look forward to a special exhibition at Nagoya Parco Gallery, celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Lupin III TV broadcast. The event features historical materials, art focusing on characters like Fujiko Mine, and talk shows with key staff, highlighting the enduring legacy of this iconic series. Finally, the page wraps up with a brief digest of the past week's significant news from the game industry. The next page is packed with various industry updates and product news. ASC2 is launching a new game distribution service called nband.net, focusing on broadband content, promising more titles in the future. In movie news, the popular artist Fumiya Fuji is singing the theme song for the upcoming Pokémon movie, a gentle and nostalgic song he wrote himself. Shifting to collectibles, Sega Toys is releasing the adorable CBOT Family Robot series on June 30th. These small robots communicate using voice and light sensors and can express emotions. Meanwhile, Direct is releasing action figures based on the popular arcade and Dreamcast title House of the Dead 2. These detailed figures feature monsters from the game like Strength and Hierophant and are currently available for pre-order. There's also a goods and presents section featuring a giveaway for a special sentimental graffiti photo print set, with application details provided. Finally, the TVCM Info Bureau reports on the filming of a new Sonic Adventure 2 commercial featuring Sega's own Yuji Naka. The report details the filming process, including a scene where a street full of people turns into a race, culminating in a shot of Naka himself running alongside others. The CM is scheduled to air from June 16th. This page features the Dreamcast data station, presenting the latest software sales ranking. It confirms that the Dreamcast is still thriving, with anticipation for titles like Phantasy Star Online Ver 2. Topping the chart is Sakura Wars 3, Is Paris Burning?, maintaining its strong sales performance, followed by Konohana, True Report, a visual novel praised for its storyline and atmosphere. Enduring favorites from the Sakura Wars series, including Sakura Wars 2, Thou Shalt Not Die, and the original Sakura Wars, continue to hold high positions, showcasing the series' popularity. The ranking also includes Happy Lesson, the persistently popular Phantasy Star Online, which is highlighting its verse. 2 features, the strategy game Advanced Military Commander 2001, the fighting title Fire Pro Wrestling D, and the soccer management simulation, Let's Make a J.League Professional Soccer Club. The commentary often points to online features, developer insights, or positive player feedback, underscoring the active state of the Dreamcast gaming scene. Screenshots for each game are displayed alongside their ranking details. This page presents the Anticipated Titles Top 30 ranking, based on reader votes, showcasing the upcoming games generating the most excitement. Topping the list at number 1 is Comic Party, highlighted for its limited edition package. Following closely at second place is Shenmue 2, with its highly anticipated September 6th release date confirmed, featuring a gathering of main characters and promising long-awaited episodes. In third place is Air, described as a visually appealing game recommended even for those not typically into the genre, with more information promised in the next issue. The page also lists the top 30 anticipated games, providing their rank, previous rank, title, developer/publisher, release date information, and points received. Notable entries in this list include Sonic Adventure 2, Welcome to Pia Carrot 2.5, Mobile Suit Gundam, Federation vs. Xeon, Capcom vs. SNK, Millennium Fight 2000 Pro, Memories Off Second, The House of the Dead 2i, and Virtua Tennis 2, among others, indicating a diverse range of genres readers are looking forward to. Additionally, there are coming soon features spotlighting specific upcoming titles, like DGI Chariot Fantasy, Tentama First Sunnyside, which involves helping angels, Himitsu, Yui ga Itanatsu, about mysterious events, and Fragrance Style. These sections offer small glimpses into these titles beyond their ranking. This page kicks off with a fun concept called Transplant Wish, where readers voted on which games they'd like to see ported to different consoles. Topping the list for Dreamcast is Knights, followed by classics like the King of Fighters 2000 and the Shining Force series, showing continued love for Sega Saturn and arcade titles on the Dreamcast platform. The page also covers reader transplant wishes for GameCube, portable consoles, PlayStation 2, and Xbox, featuring popular series like Sakura Wars, Phantasy Star Online, and Shenmue requested across various systems. It also includes small notes celebrating the releases of Romania No. 203 on PS2 and Prism Heart on Dreamcast. Moving on, there's an arcade game ranking based on income, the video game income ranking top 15. The current top earner is Virtua Fighter 3 TB, with other strong contenders like Guilty Gear X, Mobile Suit Gundam, Federation vs. Xeon, and various fighting games making the list, reflecting the health of the arcade scene at the time. Finally, the pickup section highlights upcoming arcade titles. Tekken 4 is featured, set 2 years after its predecessor, and promising new mechanics like stage walls. Also spotlighted is Ikaruga, the new shooting game from Treasure, the studio behind the legendary Radiant Silvergun, generating excitement for their return to the genre. This page is a comprehensive release date schedule, covering the latest software, peripherals, and related products for various gaming platforms. It features extensive tables detailing upcoming titles for Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube, Xbox, and Game Boy Advance. Each entry typically includes the release date, game title, manufacturer, price, genre, and notes on compatibility with peripherals or online features, as well as VGA support status for Dreamcast titles. The page provides helpful legends explaining the abbreviations used for game genres like action, RPG, shooting, and sports, and compatibility options such as analog controls, arcade sticks, vibration packs, and online support via broadband adapters. There's also a visual key indicating which titles are newly added to the list, in orange, and which have had updated information, in blue. This serves as a crucial resource for gamers looking ahead at upcoming releases across multiple systems. This page features the bi-weekly reader race ranking for Dreamcast titles, showing the current standings based on reader votes up to June 8th. It highlights the top-rated games, with Sakura Wars 3 still holding the top spot, followed by Soul Calibur and Eternal Arcadia, Skies of Arcadia. The page also introduces new software releases. NBA 2K1 is featured, praised for its realistic graphics and player movements, feeling like a TV broadcast, though reviewers noted issues with text clarity and saving roster changes. Screenshots show in-game basketball action. Sports Jam is presented as a party sports game collection, suitable for playing with friends despite some reviewers finding single-player lacking and load times long. A screenshot depicts various sports minigames. Battle Beaster is a voice-controlled fighting game where you use a microphone for attacks, though feedback suggests the voice recognition can be finicky and frustrating, making controller play potentially easier. A screenshot shows two characters battling. The ranking table continues below, showing the current and previous rank, game title, and reader average scores. This page continues the bi-weekly reader race rankings, covering games from rank 31 down to 84. It showcases a diverse collection of Dreamcast titles voted on by readers, including popular hits like Resident Evil 2 Value Plus, Virtua Tennis, Sonic Adventure, and The House of the Dead 2. Alongside numerous Japan-only releases spanning various genres from action and RPGs to sports and simulation. The page also features an introduction to several popular DC Gal games. Rank 7 is Canon, an adventure game with an average reader score of 9.37. It's praised for its moving story and emotional impact, effectively using unique characters and humor to cover slower parts. Next is Never 7. The End of Infinity at rank 10, scoring 9.30. Reviewers highlighted the strong character portrayal and engaging adventure elements, making you want to see every ending. At rank 102 is Close 2, with a score of 8.75, noted for its appealing scenario, graphics, and sound design. Rank 173 features Canvas, sepia-colored motif which scored 8.19, described as a work that challenges typical expectations for gal games, focusing on an art theme and emotional drama. Konohana, True Report at rank 194, scoring 7.95, is an adventure game featuring a mystery element that, while perhaps not revolutionary, is considered solid. Finally, Happy Lesson at rank 278, with a score of 5.96, is seen more as a slapstick comedy OVA experience than a traditional game, with critiques on its high difficulty for achieving the good ending. This page continues the reader ranking, featuring detailed spotlights on several highly ranked Dreamcast titles alongside a list covering games from rank 85 down to 138. The featured games section highlights fan favorites. Jet Set Radio comes in at rank 4 with an impressive reader score of 9.3949, lauded for its unique style and improved trick system over previous iterations. Phantasy Star Online, at rank 6, scores 9.3717. Recognized as a groundbreaking network game and a potential standard for future online titles. Skies of Arcadia ranks 8th with a 9.354 score. Praised for its innovative Sky Pirate setting and fresh take on the RPG genre. The fast-paced arcade racer Crazy Taxi sits at rank 9 with a 9.3383 score. Described as a game that broke the mold for race/drive games and hooked players with its speed and cool factor. Further down, the uniquely Sega-centric Sega, ranked 33rd with 9.1619, is seen as a bold and unconventional simulation game that humorously reflects the struggles of the game industry. Finally, Death Crimson Ox at rank 211 scores 7.8181, found surprisingly fun, despite some balance issues. The larger odds table C lists numerous other titles and their reader rankings, covering a wide variety of genres and scores from the mid-8s down into the 7s. The text at the bottom mentions upcoming releases, including Shenmue 2. This page continues the reader ranking from the previous issue, listing games from rank 139 down to 192, covering a wide variety of genres. The main feature of this page is a deep dive into Sakura Wars 3, Is Paris Burning? For the Dreamcast, highlighted with screenshots and character art. The game boasts an impressive reader score of 9.639. reflecting its popularity, and has sold over 307,000 copies. The article discusses the game's shift to a new setting in Paris, and the introduction of the Paris Kagekidan team, featuring characters like Erica Fontaine. Praised as a dramatic adventure title, the game utilizes the Dreamcast's capabilities to enhance graphics, animation, and gameplay systems like the arms gauge for combat, providing a smooth and engaging experience. The developers and readers alike praise the game for its high-quality production values, compelling story, and successful blending of adventure and combat elements, cementing its status as a worthy successor in the beloved series. This page features the third installment of the Dreamcast's Hall of Fame and Great Horses series, looking back at notable titles. The main focus is a retrospective on the golf game, Golf Shiyu Yo, highlighting its place among Dreamcast software. The game received a very high reader average score of 9.2699, significantly surpassing the magazine's score of 8.33. The article includes an interview with Mr. Hori, who discusses the game's development. He explains the goal was to create a golf game focused on the exhilarating feeling of hitting the ball, using 60 frames per second animation to realistically depict ball movement and enhance player immersion. Development faced challenges, including an early change in the game's title, and complexities in character design and realistic club mechanics. Despite these hurdles, the team felt a high level of satisfaction with the final product. The page includes screenshots showing gameplay, a character mid-swing, and a photo of the interviewee. The right side of the page continues the extensive reader ranking list from the previous issue, detailing games from rank 193 down to 245, covering a variety of lower-placed titles in the overall reader poll. This page continues the extensive reader ranking results, focusing on titles lower down the list. The main section presents the Oz List Dreamcast Soft F, detailing games from rank 246 downwards. This area is packed with a variety of games occupying the deeper tiers of the poll. A commentary panel discusses movement within the B through F ranks, noting that the popular Sega has climbed significantly from rank 44 to 33. Other titles like Project Justice saw a rise, while others fell. A screenshot shows a scene from what appears to be Sega. The Oz List Dreamcast Soft G section lists games starting from rank 299. A corresponding commentary panel humorously touches upon the intense battle for the lowest rank occurring in this section. It highlights Sega again, noting its previous unexpected low rank, and mentions undercover. Add 2025 key, suddenly appearing at rank 4, advising caution. A screenshot shows a scene from undercover. Add 2025 key. Finally, a section previews upcoming software that has recently entered the rankings, indicated by question marks instead of ranks. This list features anticipated titles like Crazy Taxi 2 and Phantasy Star Online Ver. 2, suggesting that major new releases are poised to shake up the rankings in future polls. The magazine encourages readers to keep voting. This page features the fastest DC noteworthy software news, highlighting several anticipated titles. Bounty Hunter Sarah, a hard-boiled sound novel, gets a score of 7.33 and is noted for its unique ideas. Net vs. Mahjong, a simple online mahjong game, is discussed for its convenience despite the cost of 300 Dreamcast points per session. NFL 2K1 receives a respectable 7.66, praised for its realism and production values, though one reviewer wished for a more beginner-friendly approach. Crazy Taxi 2 scores an impressive 8.66. Lauded for maintaining the original's quality while adding depth like carrying multiple passengers and featuring the Offspring's music again. The page also includes the Oz list, Dreamcast peripherals and other items, ranking peripherals based on reader votes, and a selection of reader comments under Reader's Voice. There's a general commentary section reflecting on the Dreamcast's strong lineup for the summer, suggesting the console is far from finished. Finally, there are details on reader contests, including predicting the initial ranking of upcoming games like Sonic Adventure 2 and Gundam Battle Online, and a special present for entrants. This page continues the Dreamcast soft review section, featuring upcoming titles. It includes explanations of the scoring system and introductions to the various reviewers contributing from different perspectives, including female users, lead writers, and guest writers. The first game reviewed is Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro, receiving an average score of 7.0. Reviewers note the inclusion of characters like Joe and Dan, and overall balance adjustments in this Pro version. Opinions vary, with some suggesting it feels like a minor update, primarily beneficial for those who don't own the original, while others appreciate the refined gameplay and character additions. Next up is Confidential Mission, scoring an 8.0. This light gun shooter with a spy movie aesthetic is praised for its engaging training modes, varied missions, and exciting presentation. Reviewers highlight the fun gameplay despite the lack of an on-screen crosshair, though the main drawback mentioned is the game's relatively short length. This review page highlights 3 games. First, Miss Moonlight, an adventure game praised for its choice-driven CGS and nostalgic visual style, despite a shorter story and some minor issues. Welcome to Pia Carrot 2.5, a love simulation game, offers an improved experience with the 2.5 version, though some found the content explicit. The page also previews upcoming software. Super Runabout, San Francisco Edition, a driving game, is lauded for its San Francisco recreation and emphasis on dangerous driving. Lastly, Sonic Adventure 2, the 10th anniversary Sonic title, is highly anticipated for its polished 60 FPS gameplay, refined scenes, and ability to recapture the core Sonic experience while feeling fresh. This page investigates the future of Sega's direct service and a significant overhaul of its point system. Titled the Dreamcast Exploration Team's 82nd Investigation, the report begins by addressing the news that the Dream Point Bank system is ending on September 25th, citing the discontinuation of Dreamcast console manufacturing as the reason. However, the point system isn't disappearing entirely. It's being reborn on October 4, 2001, under a new name, DD Points. The article explains that existing points will be converted to DD Points at a straightforward rate of 1 point, equaling 1 yen. These new points can be used as discounts when purchasing items from D-Direct, and can even be combined with cash or credit card payments. The way points are earned is also changing. Under the new DD Point service, users will automatically receive 30 points for every 1,000 yen spent on D-Direct. The validity period for points is also changing, becoming 1 year from the date of the last purchase, rather than 2 years from registration. The previous physical point cards will be phased out, with points managed entirely digitally. The page shows images of the D-Direct website and some limited edition Dreamcast peripherals previously available for point exchange, like controllers and memory cards, reminding users of the deadlines to use old points. This marks a big shift for loyal direct customers. This page continues the discussion about the major changes coming to Sega's direct service, focusing on the revamped point system and future offerings. An interview with Direct team manager Mr. Tomoaki Kishimoto confirms the transition from the old Dream Point bank system to the new DD points, which will offer 30 points for every 1,000 yen spent, valid for 1 year from the last purchase. He explains this simplification is necessary, as Dreamcast hardware production has ended, but assures customers the service name will remain D-Direct for now. The page also highlights improvements to payment options, introducing a new system compatible with convenience store payments, making D-Direct more accessible for those without credit cards. Despite the hardware focus shifting, D-Direct will continue to be a source for exclusive merchandise. Featured items include custom VMU cases and card holders, as well as highly sought-after Sega hard pins, representing classic consoles like the Mega Drive, Game Gear, 32X, Saturn, and Dreamcast, alongside limited edition apparel like the Sega Gaga t-shirt. The service aims to remain the go-to shop for Sega fans. Additionally, there's a call for reader questions for the Dorimaga Y exploration team, and a brief look at the growing trend of game character cosplay. This page is an advertisement showcasing 3 comprehensive guidebooks for the Dreamcast game J.League Pro Soccer Club wo Tsukuru, known in the West as Sega Worldwide Soccer Manager, or similar titles from the Let's Make a Soccer Team series. These books are designed to help players master the game and build the ultimate club. The first book is the Player Directory, described as the ultimate database. It contains information on over 5,000 players, 300 managers, and 400 scouts, systematically organized for easy reference. It also includes details on how to find top-tier players, and reveals insights into club status and training outcomes. The second book is the Strategy X Fanbook, offering in-depth guides, player data, and the latest real soccer analysis. It promises to cover everything about Suskatsuku, including results from online surveys and passionate details about the game. The third book is the Complete Guide. This guide provides a thorough analysis of the 4 key elements: management, player development, team strategy, and personnel. It explains crucial points for developing players and offers tips on tactical compatibility and managing matches. Together, these 3 books promise complete support to lead your club to become the strongest. This page features a significant announcement regarding the highly anticipated Dreamcast title, Shenmue 2. The large headline declares the game's release date is set for September 6, 2001. Below, the article highlights that the long wait is over, and it's time to conclude Ryo Hazuki's lengthy saga. The page also includes an urgent interview with the main cast members. Photos show the voice actors for Ryo Hazuki, Masaya Matsukaze, Ren of Heavens, Mark Stewart, and Joy, Etsuko Shiraishi, expressing excitement about the game's completion and release. The interview touches upon the extensive 3 years of recording work and their thoughts on the upcoming game. They mention the sheer volume of lines and recording sessions required, highlighting the dedication involved in the project. Screenshots from the game are featured, showing Ryo on the boat departing Yokosuka and arriving in Hong Kong, the setting for the next part of his adventure. The game data box confirms the September 6th release date and indicates the game is 95% complete, compatible with VGA and VMU. This page serves as a major update, building excitement for Shenmue 2's imminent launch. This page delves deeper into the upcoming release of Shenmue 2, confirming the September 6, 2001 launch date again. It emphasizes Ryo Hazuki's journey, moving to its next stage in exotic lands. The article explains that Shenmue 2 begins with Ryo's departure from Yokosuka and arrival in Hong Kong after a long sea voyage. It suggests revisiting the first game, perhaps the US version, to refresh the story before jumping into the sequel. Key gameplay elements are highlighted, including the continued use of the time control system, which adds realism as the environment changes throughout the day. It also confirms that options like voice and subtitle settings remain customizable, similar to the first game. An interview section features Masaya Matsukaze, the voice actor for Ryo Hazuki, and Hazuki Ishigaki, the voice actor for Li Xiaotao, often known as Shenhua by fans, reflecting the character's importance. They discuss their thoughts on the game's completion and highlights, mentioning memorable scenes and the extensive recording process. A poignant question is posed about their reaction to the announcements regarding the Dreamcast's future that occurred before Shenmue 2's completion, adding a touch of the platform's fate to the excitement of the game's release. This page continues the deep dive into Shenmue 2, detailing the start of Ryo Hazuki's adventure in Hong Kong. It confirms Ryo begins his journey in Aberdeen, a bustling area in Hong Kong, highlighting the expansive nature of the game world, which includes other districts like Wan Chai. The article showcases various gameplay elements players will encounter from the outset. The action selector returns, allowing interaction with the environment and people. Ryo will be approached by persistent touts, offering various services, reflecting the vibrant atmosphere of Hong Kong. Finding maps of the area is crucial for navigation. Familiar activities like collecting gachapon figures and seeking out fortune tellers are also confirmed to be present. Players are encouraged to pay attention to the environment, including animals, as they might offer clues or interactions. An interview section features Hitoshi Yamanoi, the voice actor for Ren of Heavens. He discusses the process of bringing the character of Ren to life, highlighting the challenging yet rewarding motion capture and voice recording sessions that captured the essence of Ren's dynamic movements and personality. The voice actors, including Masaya Matsukaze, Ryo, and Hazuki Ishigaki, Li Xiaotao, from the previous page, reflect on the 3-year development journey, emphasizing the profound experience it was for them. The page also reiterates the September 6th release date and teases a bonus DVD with the magazine. This page dives into the highly anticipated release of Sonic Adventure 2, showcasing it as a culmination of 3 years of Dreamcast development. The feature highlights the unique aspect of this title, being developed primarily by Sonic Team USA in California, under the bright Los Angeles sky. The article includes an interview with Takashi Iizuka from Sonic Team USA, who discusses the development process and the decision to build a team in the U.S. He mentions the collaborative effort between the Japanese and American teams, and states that the air in America is different, which influenced the development of Sonic. The game had a core development staff of around 25 people, and took roughly a year and a half of production time, following 2 years of concept work. Also featured is a profile on Yuji Naka, the head of Sonic Team and producer of the game, who is confident that Sonic Adventure 2 is his best work yet. The page includes game data, identifying it as a high-speed action title. Rounding out the coverage, Phantasy Star Online version 2 is shown celebrating Sonic's 10th anniversary, with special in-game events and content, including appearances by characters like Knuckles and Tails, demonstrating the interconnectedness of Sega's flagship titles on the Dreamcast. This page continues the deep dive into Sonic Adventure 2, featuring an interview with director Takashi Iizuka and likely producer Yuji Naka from Sonic Team. They discussed the core keyword for the game being hero and dark, a simple yet fundamental theme that helps structure the development. Iizuka emphasizes the doki doki, or heart-pounding excitement, that is unique to the Sonic series and what they aim to capture. The interview touches upon developing in America, noting the different environment and the collaborative process between the US and Japanese teams. A significant point highlighted is the inclusion of Dr. Eggman as a playable character in Sonic Adventure 2, marking his debut in this role. Naka mentions the game's story isn't just a straightforward good versus evil tale, but has twists and turns. They express a strong desire to continue providing the unique excitement of Sonic for the next 10 to 20 years. The page also mentions events celebrating Sonic's 10th anniversary, where fans can meet the developers and experience the Sonic world. Screenshots scattered around the page showcase various aspects of the game, including the popular KO Garden, action stages, and character models like Sonic and Dr. Eggman. This page dives deeper into the features of Sonic Adventure 2, specifically highlighting the enhanced KO system and the introduction of significant human characters to the story. You'll be even more dedicated to raising your KO this time around, as their evolution and behavior are more detailed, influenced by the items and animals they are given, as well as interactions with the hero or dark characters. The KO Garden itself is more lively, with KO now able to communicate and play with each other. The popular KO Race minigame also makes a return, offering rewards for winning. The page also confirms the return of KO Adventure, the minigame playable on the Dreamcast's Visual Memory Unit, VMU. This version is presented as a more text-based adventure, expanding on the simple communication from the previous game, and even supporting multiple languages. Furthermore, the narrative is explored, revealing that humans play a significant role in the story, acting as antagonists to both the hero and dark sides. A major character introduced is the president of the federal government, who issues a dire ultimatum involving the superweapon, the Eclipse Cannon, setting the stage for a high-stakes conflict for the fate of the world. The mystery surrounding Shadow's creation is also teased as a key part of the plot. This page continues the deep dive into Sonic Adventure 2, expanding on the KO system and introducing a new gameplay style. Following up on the previous discussion about raising KO, this page reveals there are now two distinct KO gardens, the bright and peaceful Hero Garden and the dark and eerie Dark Garden. Players will need to find hidden keys within the main action stages to access these gardens. The popular KO race minigame is also highlighted, showing the steps players take to enter their trained KO into races. Winning races can earn items for your garden. Raising strong KO through feeding them animals and fruits is key to success. The page also mentions a support mechanic during races using the L/AR triggers. Adding a significant change to the core gameplay, the page introduces a new stage type for Tails. In Route 101, Tails pilots a vehicle resembling his tornado plane but transformed into a car. The objective is to chase down the president's car in a full-blown race. This marks the first time the main Sonic series has featured a dedicated car racing stage, which takes place on a road filled with other traffic like taxis and cars. The gameplay involves utilizing boosts found on the track and mastering handling and drifting to navigate corners effectively, offering a new speed sensation. This page continues our look at the exciting gameplay variety in Sonic Adventure 2. We delve into Tails' mission in Hidden Base, where he must navigate treacherous desert terrain in his mech to infiltrate Eggman's pyramid base. This requires careful use of his hovering ability to avoid sinking in the sand and facing off against classic enemies. Freeing animals from defeated robots is highlighted as a way to support your KO back in the gardens, continuing a key mechanic from the first game. The page also introduces stages for the other characters. Rouge the Bat takes to the road in Route 280, engaging in a race against Tails in her own unique vehicle, promising another thrilling high-speed chase. Shadow the Hedgehog is featured in White Jungle, set against the backdrop of the exploding prison island, where he faces a tense, timed mission amidst the chaos. The return of the Light Dash ability, activated by finding the air shoes, is confirmed. Gameplay resembling Amy Rose is shown, utilizing vines for acrobatic traversal. The dramatic explosion of Prison Island signifies a major event tied into the narrative, particularly Shadow's storyline. This page features Dai Ji Chariot Fantasy, a visual novel adventure game making its way to the Dreamcast. This popular title, which quickly sold 20,000 units upon its limited release on Windows in February, is now scheduled for a summer release on the Dreamcast. The game sees the familiar Digi Chariot characters venturing into a strange fantasy world. An interesting point highlighted is that in this particular adventure, the main character, Dijiko, will not be saying her signature catchphrase, Nyo. The page includes the main artwork of Dijiko in a maid outfit with a giant bow, along with a small screenshot showing characters eating sandwiches. It confirms the game is a visual adventure, requires one player, and supports VGA output. This page delves deeper into the plot of D.I. Fantasy, the visual novel adventure game coming to Dreamcast. We learn how the familiar cast ends up in a strange new land. One day, while at the gamer's character shop in Akihabara, Dejiko's signature I-beam attack warps space and time, whisking her and the protagonist away to another world. The protagonist awakens to find themselves in a forest, with Dejiko nearby, having completely lost her memory and acting quite differently. As they venture out of the forest, they discover they've arrived in a fantasy world reminiscent of those found in games, encountering people possessing unusual powers. This is where their adventure truly begins. The page features artwork showing Dejiko sleeping in the grass after arriving in this new world, alongside illustrations of some of the new characters they will meet, such as a blonde girl with flowers in her hair, and others in distinctive fantasy attire. There is also a sidebar explaining Dejiko's background as the popular mascot for the gamers chain. This page introduces the core cast appearing in the Dreamcast title, D.I. Chariot Fantasy. It details the characters joining the protagonist and the memory-wiped Dejiko in this new fantasy world. We learn about Petit Chara, often called Puchiko, Dejiko's younger sister known for her sharp tongue and quiet demeanor, who accompanies Dejiko to Earth and now to this new realm. The page also features Rabian Rose, Dejiko's perpetual rival aiming to be the top idol, characterized by her visual, kind-inspired look, rabbit ears, and dice. Despite her eccentric appearance, She's a regular human. The artwork showcases these characters in various styles, including Dejiko looking pensive, riding a unicorn in a maid outfit, Puchiko in a school uniform and interacting with Dejiko, and Rabienrose in her distinctive pink dress and another outfit. A small section humorously confirms that Pyoko, another character from the series, will not be appearing in this game. The page gives players a closer look at the familiar faces embarking on this unexpected fantasy adventure. This page features a special report on the Dreamcast game, Welcome to Pia 2.5. This title is highlighted as a special edition that allows players to experience remakes of both the Saturn version of Pia 2, and the Game Boy Color version of Pia 2.2. The game is a simulation title, falling within the dating simulation genre. The article delves into the popularity of the fictional family restaurant Pia, which serves as the setting for the game. It suggests that while delicious food is important, the restaurant's success is also attributed to its attractive waitresses who wear charming uniforms, playfully hinting that the appeal goes beyond just the cuisine. The page includes character artwork and screenshots from the game, showcasing some of the featured waitresses. It briefly mentions the publisher is NEC Interchannel. This page delves further into the charms of Welcome to Pia 2.5, presenting it as a special menu of love. A key feature highlighted is the Uniform Select system, allowing players to choose from 3 types of uniforms for the waitresses: an idol-like bustier style, a maid uniform, and a schoolgirl style. The page emphasizes that the ability to select different uniforms adds to the game's appeal. It also points out that the game features plenty of female characters, not just at the Pia restaurant workplace, but also in the dormitory where the protagonist resides, suggesting numerous interaction opportunities. Beyond the waitresses, the game hints at potential romantic development, with customers encountered through work, adding variety to the relationship possibilities. The page features a large illustration of 3 main characters in different uniforms, and smaller screenshots showcasing various in-game scenes and characters, including moments in the dorm and interactions with customers. This page dives into one of the major summer events in Welcome to Pia 2.5, a group trip to the beach during the Obon holiday. Initially planned as a relaxing hot spring resort getaway, the plan shifts to a beach trip thanks to a Krituai's insistence. The protagonist finds himself the only male joining the group, promising plenty of opportunities for creating fun memories with the girls. The article touches upon the travel logistics, including a humorous scene where Okoye's driving skills are questioned, leading to someone else taking the wheel so Okoye can enjoy a drink. A significant highlight is the reveal of everyone's swimsuits. The Hinomori sisters and Tsukasa are described as having cute styles, while Ryuko and Ameoe opt for slightly bolder cuts, causing some embarrassment for the protagonist. The beach scenes include options for how the protagonist interacts with the girls. Wrapping up the day's events, the page mentions a test of courage held at the inn during the night, initiated by Italioi. This event sounds like it can get quite intense, potentially leading to some spooky fun. The page is filled with screenshots showing the characters in various scenes, from planning the trip in their restaurant uniforms to enjoying the beach and participating in the test of courage. It gives a good preview of the lively summer events and character interactions players can look forward to. This page continues the exploration of the summer events available in Welcome to Pia 2.5. It highlights several key moments that add flavor to the season. One specific narrative point detailed is the secret of the rocket that Azusa cherishes, discussing a significant argument between Azusa and the protagonist related to this item. The page then delves into various events that color the summer. This includes attending a local festival, where characters are shown enjoying the atmosphere in traditional yukata, engaging in activities like goldfish scooping. Another significant event is a secret pool date hidden from everyone, presented as an alternative to the group beach trip. This private date is emphasized as a crucial step for the relationship with the invited girl, indicating progress. Finally, the page covers the Summer Comic-Con event, cheekily described as another type of festival. This section notes the participation of characters like Minako, potentially as an artist, and Tsukasa, suggesting the protagonist might get involved in this vibrant convention scene, adding a unique element to the summer experience. This page dives into the winter events of Welcome to Pia 2.2, highlighting the protagonist's final winter break before graduation. Set during a 2-week period, this version is a remake based on the Game Boy Color release, and introduces 3 new girls to the established cast. The story focuses on the protagonist's part-time job at Carrot as he navigates uncertainty about his future after high school. A familiar tune returns, as the opening song is a part 2 of the classic Go Go Waitress from Pia Carrot 2. The game also features a welcome back party at the dorm for the protagonist and Azusa. Notably, this celebration is non-alcoholic because Atayoi is away, though there's a hint she might crash the party depending on how the story unfolds. Azusa's return is shrouded in mystery. She claims she wants to achieve something she couldn't in the summer, but keeps the specifics secret. Meanwhile, characters like Tsukasa and Kaede continue their roles, hinting at ongoing activities and the protagonist's training at Carrot. The winter segment seems to center on personal growth and resolving lingering issues before the characters move on. The next page highlights Welcome to Pia Carrot 2.5, picking up after the events of 2.2. The main story kicks off with the protagonist waking up to find Azusa mysteriously in his room, a bizarre situation given the memory loss he experiences after certain events. A significant development is the new mascot girl's role for Tomomi, Yuki, and Noriko, the characters introduced in the summer section of 2.2. The protagonist is tasked with looking after them as they become increasingly popular, especially during the Christmas and New Year's Eve season, performing various duties. Their popularity even leads to a fan page being set up online, and the need for a makeshift security detail. Other features include Tamaki, offering a home delivery fortune-telling service, adding another interaction option. The helpful message review function from Pia Carrot 2.2 is confirmed to return, allowing players to revisit dialogue easily. This installment seems to expand the scope beyond the restaurant, focusing on the burgeoning popularity of the mascot girls and the protagonist's role in managing the chaos. This page features a special report on the Dreamcast port of Kana, Little Sister. The artwork showcases the game's title logo prominently, alongside illustrations including a character with a guitar reflected in glass, a tied-up girl, and a character looking at a stuffed pig. The article describes the Dreamcast version as a port from Windows that has undergone significant changes to its graphics and scenario, making it feel like a semi-new work. A major addition is the Dreamcast original heroine, Mai Hoshino. Mai Hoshino is introduced as a junior in the drama club, possessing a personality distinct from the other characters. She is described as genuinely honest and emotionally impactful, and her notable clumsiness is highlighted. Despite her dramatic affiliation, she suffers from severe stage fright, which is noted as a significant weakness. The page provides details about her involvement with the drama club, her connection to the light music club through her older sister, and illustrates her struggle with debilitating shyness through screenshots depicting key events. The standard game data box lists the developer as NEC Interchannel and indicates an August release is planned. This page dives into the visual novel Canaria, Kono Omoi wo Uta ni Nosete, a game centered around the 3 months leading up to a school festival, following the Light Music Club. The narrative focuses on slice-of-life elements, character interactions, and burgeoning romance, aiming for a relatable and emotionally engaging experience. The article highlights the reappearance of Mai Hoshino, the Dreamcast original heroine introduced in the previous page's report on Kana, Little Sister. A scene shows the protagonist helping her with sewing, revealing an unexpected skill despite her usual clumsiness, though she still manages to prick her finger. Regarding gameplay, Canaria progresses on a daily schedule, moving from morning school life to after-school activities and then back home. The crucial element is the free movement period after school, where players choose which characters to meet. The Dreamcast version features a notable improvement over the PC original. The map screen now displays the locations of characters, making it much easier to find and interact with specific heroines, which is a welcome quality-of-life upgrade for players. The page includes various character illustrations and screenshots, depicting scenes from the game and the map system. This page delves deeper into the daily life events within Canaria, Kono Omoi wo Uta ni Nosete, highlighting how the accumulation of seemingly minor occurrences forms the narrative. While simple, these moments are packed with character and emotion, ensuring player engagement. The article presents snippets featuring various heroines. Ayana, typically reserved, shares a melody she devised, or says something unexpectedly forward, leading to potential misunderstandings before revealing her true, more innocent intent. Mika shows her fiery temper when describing a scene where she's seen changing clothes, resorting to threats involving udon broth, a nod to her family's business. The section on Megumi details a rough first encounter, where she, a busker, attacks the protagonist for seemingly poaching her spot, leaving their future relationship uncertain. Chiaki, the dependable older sister figure, suggests a shopping trip to the next town, implying the protagonist enjoys spending time with her. Lastly, Eri has a humorous, albeit slightly risque, exchange about her size, with her actions often pushing the boundaries of a sibling relationship. A notable aspect of the gameplay, detailed in the system check, is the real-time choice system. Unlike typical visual novels, decisions must be made quickly within a time limit. Failing to choose is treated as a distinct action, adding tension and effectively increasing the options available in key moments. This mechanic forces players to think on their feet, enhancing the immersion and consequences of their interactions. This page is dedicated to the psychological suspense adventure game, Himitsu the Summer Yui Was There, from developer Starfish. The game tells a story that begins 8 years after a childhood promise to search for a mythical butterfly, exploring the mysteries and events that unfold when the main characters reunite at a summer camp. The system is described as an orthodox text adventure, where player choices significantly impact the story's progression and lead to different narrative paths depending on which girl the protagonist grows closer to. A key feature highlighted is that all female characters are fully voiced, adding depth to their personalities and interactions. The page introduces the game's diverse cast of female characters, designed by renowned manga artist Hisashi Fujiwara. These include Nishino Nanao, the protagonist's childhood friend; Koyama Mio, a rich girl; Mashima Sakurako, a transfer student and mystery enthusiast; Shirakawa Mizuki, a quiet girl with mysterious powers; Seo Chizuru, a cheerful moodmaker; and Tachibana Yuki, the camp manager. Each character brings a unique personality that colors the story. Himitsu the Summer Yui Was There was released on July 26th. This page presents Tentama, First Sunnyside, a romance-adventure game from developer Kid, making its way to the Dreamcast. The premise centers around Corinne, a clumsy but kind 15-year-old apprentice angel. Her graduation exam from angel school requires her to make a sad boy named Shina happy. Initially tasked with finding his destined lover, Corinne finds herself gradually falling for Shina's kindness instead. This Dreamcast title reimagines the gentle story previously released on the PlayStation. The page highlights Corinne with multiple illustrations, including a character profile detailing her age, height, and personality, noting her friend a Koroi, a bluebird. The goal is to see the conclusion that awaits on Christmas Eve at the end of her exam. The game is an ADV romance adventure, scheduled for release in autumn, and is noted as 40% complete, supporting network connection. This page continues the coverage of Tentama, First Sunnyside, introducing the main cast of characters surrounding the protagonist, Shina Hayasegawa. Shina is a gentle second-year high school student, often unaware he is the object of affection. The page highlights his close relationships with his childhood friends, Chinatsu Shinozaki and Takashi Aizawa. Chinatsu, age 17, is described as his inseparable childhood friend. Takashi, also 17, is Chinatsu's childhood friend, and seems to be a friendly rival to Shina, though he struggles to express his feelings for Chinatsu. The page also introduces Futaba Watase, a 15-year-old girl who becomes Shina's deskmate, who has feelings for him but keeps them hidden. Below, the page shifts focus to the Angel's hatchlings, the apprentice angels, sent from the angel world. This section features a Koi, the 15-year-old bluebird Corinne's friend from the previous page. It also introduces Nana, a 15-year-old newcomer angel, whose task is to help Corinne find happiness, although she can be blunt. Finally, 2 new junior angels appearing in the Dreamcast version are presented. 14-year-olds Mami and Kai, described as juniors to Corinne, who offer hints about the story's progress and romance, but can also cause trouble. The core concept revolves around these apprentice angels, descending to the human world to help people find happiness as part of their graduation exam. This page of Tentama, First Sunnyside, introduces 3 key characters: Rikako Ikinose, Yuika Nanase, and Sachiko Aizawa. Rikako, a shrine maiden, has a spiritual sense that allows her to perceive the apprentice angels, mistaking them for supernatural beings. Yuika, a university student with a fascination for high school girls, has a connection to Shina's brother, Takashi. Sachiko, Takashi's older sister, is a responsible and caring individual who manages the household. The page also details improvements in the Dreamcast version, including updated visuals, a softer art style, and new event scenes, showcasing character designs and environments through screenshots. This page continues the introduction of characters from the adventure game Tentama, First Sunnyside. It highlights 3 more girls. Mao Kodaka, a 15-year-old lacrosse player who is the protagonist's junior and likes him. Hatsune Yoshizawa, a 17-year-old lacrosse ace who is quiet and gentle. And Yuri Tanaka, a 17-year-old self-proclaimed information gatherer who likes a character named Kishi and suspects Hanamatsu. The page also introduces 2 non-human characters. Lachesis, a dog belonging to Futaba, who acts as a trigger for meeting Shina and sees Aoi as a rival. And Aoi, the blue bird of happiness who is Hanamatsu's best friend and whose words Hanamatsu understands, also potentially rivaling Lachesis. A key feature discussed is the game's unique, changing perspective system, allowing the narrative to shift between the protagonist, Hanamatsu, and other girls, offering deeper insight into their feelings. Screenshots illustrate this, showing scenes from Hanamatsu's and Shina's points of view. Finally, the page mentions that the Dreamcast version enhances the Yuritama bonus mode from the PlayStation version by adding more short scenarios, promising additional content after completing the main game. This page features a special report on the romance adventure game Memories Off-Second. The main visual shows a character with dark hair in a hooded garment. The report highlights the game's story, centering on a protagonist living a repetitive life who is changed by various encounters. There's a scene description set outside the nurse's office window, capturing the summer atmosphere, and a screenshot featuring the character Hotaru Shirakawa, with a poignant quote about her relationship with the piano. The page also includes announcements about the voice cast, showing photos of the performers at an event. A small interview section features comments from voice actors like Nana Mizuki, Tamaki Nakanishi, and others, sharing their first impressions of the characters they portray. The game is listed as a love adventure developed by Kid, with a planned release in late September. This page delves further into the romance adventure game Memories Off-Second. Continuing the special report, we see multiple female characters from the game prominently displayed, showcasing their designs in school uniforms and swimwear, reinforcing the game's summer setting. The report highlights the connection between summer and the game's events, suggesting that the protagonist's final high school summer vacation is where the story truly begins. Expect plenty of anticipated summer scenes, including moments involving girls in swimsuits and date events, all contributing to the classic summer romance vibe. We get a closer look at the character Tomoe Tobias, with a screenshot of her at a train station, and a photo of her voice actress, Tamaki Nakanishi. Tomoe is described as an expressive girl, who is straightforward with her feelings, potentially causing a stir around her. The text suggests she thinks deeply about others. Another section details an encounter at a part-time job. A screenshot shows the likely protagonist, Shin Inami, alongside a girl at a cafe. This meeting seems significant. The text also features a screenshot of Shin outside a house, and mentions him in comparison to the previous game's protagonist, suggesting Shin shares some traits with his predecessor's somewhat foolish friend. This hints at the protagonist's personality, or role in the story. The report details the romance-adventure game Memories Off-Second, focusing on 2 heroines, Shizuru Shirakawa and Tsubame Minami. A scene with Shizuru involves her asking the protagonist, Ken, to taste test her baking for summer classes, highlighting her close relationship with her sister, Hotaru, and Ken's role. Commentary explores the complex dynamics of a potential love triangle involving Ken and the sisters, with Hotaru focused on her piano dreams, and Shizuru potentially harboring feelings for Ken. The report also introduces Tsubame Minami, a temporary teacher, described as eccentric. A scene depicts her during a summer course, with unusual views, and a belief that her classes are useless. Screenshots of both heroines and their voice actresses are included, hinting at their story arcs. Memories Off-Second's coverage explores its heroines through Pucci interviews with their voice actresses. Nana Mizuki emphasizes a heroine's piano passion and affection. Noriko Nakanishi focuses on a cheerful character masking sadness. Shiho Kikuchi seeks realism through subtle emotions. Sayaka Chiba portrays a heroine overcoming androphobia through interaction. Yuka Nantri adds depth to an expressive character. These actresses likely represent Hotaru Shirakawa, Shizuru Shirakawa, Masaki Suma, Moe Takano, and Kiho Ibuki. Specific scenes are highlighted. A heroine rescue scene depicts Moe Takano being rescued from a threatening situation by the protagonist, Ken. Another introduces the clumsy Masaki Suma. The overall theme: each encounter creates a large ripple in the flow, emphasizes the character's interconnectedness and the impact of player choices on the narrative. This page features a special report on the adventure game Kalin Sabo the Virgin on Megiddo. The game centers around beautiful girls, dealing with various strange incidents, assisted by a detective. The coverage emphasizes delving into the heroines' true selves and supporting them through their complex situations, not just solving cases. Prominently featured is Kyoko Mikano, presented as File 03, suggesting she is one of several main characters. Her profile describes her as boyish, active, and a little sassy, giving the impression of a cat, but she reveals a passionate side once she trusts someone. Despite this facade, she is quite lonely due to difficult family circumstances, having grown up without knowing parental love. A detective memo section specifically details her complex relationship with her mother, Ritsuko, a physicist who prioritized research over family, leading to divorce. Kyoko eventually ended up being raised by Ritsuko, and her reactions to her mother reportedly lead her into events at the High Energy Research Institute. The page also provides core game data, indicating it's an ADV adventure title developed by Studio Online, shown here at 80% completion. The report underscores the game's focus on the heroine's emotional depth and the mysteries they encounter. This page continues the focus on the adventure game Kalin Sabo the Virgin on Megiddo, introducing two more key characters and their backgrounds. Prominently featured are Shino Moriguchi and Manase Kitagawa, depicted together in the central artwork. Shino Moriguchi, presented as File 04, is described as a bright and energetic moodmaker, albeit a bit clumsy and academically challenged. Despite her struggles with studying, she becomes involved with the protagonist's investigations, drawn to their sharp mind. A detective memo notes her as part of an uneven combo with another character, Ba, suggesting Shino acts as a sort of bodyguard, always sticking close due to Ba's vulnerability, though Shino might not be the most reliable protector. Manase Kitagawa, featured as File 05, is portrayed as an academically gifted, beautiful, and kind super-rich high school student. Witnessing the conflict between the different student factions at the school, she takes a stand against the irrational behavior of the adults involved. However, her passionate nature can sometimes lead to friction and isolation when trying to persuade others. A detective memo highlights her confrontation with Kyoichiro Taki, the student council president, whom she discovers is manipulating students to create division. Troubled by his actions, Manase decides to fight back alone. The page also includes profile data for Shino, Manase, and Kyoichiro Taki, detailing their ages, birthdays, physical attributes, and voice actors. The content reinforces the game's emphasis on character relationships, school politics, and underlying mysteries. This page features a special report on the Sega Dreamcast title, Dabitsuku 2:01 Japan Derby. The game is set to release on August 9 for 6,800 yen as a network racehorse racing simulation. Riding the wave of excitement from the 2001 Japan Derby, won by Jungle Pocket, the game challenges players to raise their own horses and jockeys to reach the pinnacle of success, including competing on the world stage. A major highlight is the significantly enhanced jockey system, allowing players to train new riders and deepen their connection with their horses. The game boasts an impressive lineup of 40 active jockeys from both the JRA and local circuits, all appearing with their real names. The report specifically showcases renowned jockey Masayoshi Ebiina and up-and-coming rider Hiroshi Kitamura, providing a glimpse into the real-world performance of top jockeys included in the game. It promises a deep simulation experience for horse racing enthusiasts. Dabitsuku 2 expands its racing scope with enhanced international competition, enabling players to enter up to 12 overseas races. Players can strategically select prestigious races, potentially competing in consecutive Gling 1 events like the Dubai World Cup and Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, contingent on meeting certain conditions and trainer approval. The game hints at the importance of a ranch airfield for facilitating international campaigns. New races, particularly for dirt specialists, are introduced alongside challenging turf races. The ability parameter for jockeys adds realism, impacting performance based on race conditions and specialized skills. Players must choose jockeys based on their ability, with new jockeys developing their skills through experience. The page highlights jockey Koichi Kakuta and provides jockey performance statistics as of May 2001. Finally, it promotes Dorimaga Major League, a website featuring horse racing predictions from the game's development team. This page introduces Dorimaga GD Volume 12, a bonus disc included with the magazine. and it's noted that this might be the final one. It's packed with a playable demo and numerous game movies. The page explains how to handle the disc and navigate the menu interface, which is compatible with VGA boxes. The included content features one playable demo, confidential mission, the light gun shooter. The rest are movies showcasing upcoming and recent titles. These include the highly anticipated sequel Shenmue 2, the fast-paced platformer Sonic Adventure 2, the puzzle collaboration Taisen Net Gimmick, Capcom and Sekio All-Stars, the arcade racer club kart, European Session, and the visual novel Candy Stripe, Minarai Tenshi. Each title is shown with its logo or a screenshot, and a reference to the page number within the magazine for more detailed coverage. This disc offers a fantastic sampler of the diverse range of games available on the Dreamcast at the time. This page is the cover for the bonus GDROM included with this issue, titled Dorimaga Go, Volume 12. It clearly displays the magazine's name and the volume number of the disc. The iconic Dreamcast logo is also prominent, confirming its platform. The page features a list of the disc's contents, which includes a playable demo of the light gun title Confidential Mission, along with movie previews for anticipated games like Shenmue 2, Sonic Adventure 2, the fighting game Taisen Net Gimmick, Capcom and Sekio All-Stars, the arcade racer club kart, European Session, and the visual novel Candy Stripe, Minarai Tenshi. Copyright information for the various titles and the Dreamcast is also included. This cover serves as the entry point to the exciting selection of demos and trailers offered on the disc. This page introduces the Dorimaga Go, Volume 12 Bonus GDROM, an exclusive software compilation for the Sega Dreamcast. It includes important safety warnings and usage precautions, advising users, especially parents of younger players, on things like viewing distance, taking breaks to avoid eye strain and seizures, and proper disc handling. It clearly states the disc is only for Dreamcast and not standard CD players. The core of the page is the contents list, detailing the trials and movie previews included. Gamers can look forward to a playable demo of the arcade light gun shooter Confidential Mission, which notably supports the Dreamcast gun and arcade stick as indicated on the side panel. The disc also features movie previews for highly anticipated titles, like the epic sequel Shenmue 2, the lightning-fast platformer Sonic Adventure 2, the unique Mahjong crossover Taisen Net Gimmick, Capcom and Sekio All-Stars, the visual novel Candy Stripe, Minarai Tenshi, and the arcade racer club kart. The page also includes notes from the editorial team, emphasizing copyright protection and the potential for demo versions to have minor issues, as they are still in development. This collection offers a great glimpse into the diverse range of games available, or coming soon to the Dreamcast. This page dives into the exciting bonus content on the Dorimaga Go Volume 12 GDROM, specifically focusing on the two special movie previews for the highly anticipated Shenmue 2. The developer confirms the game's release date is locked in for September 6th, meaning players are just 3 months away from continuing Ryo Hazuki's epic journey. To ramp up the anticipation, this disc includes about 4 minutes of footage across 2 distinct movies. The first is the Game Jam footage shown in April, which isn't just random cool scenes but is structured to give a sense of the story's progression in Hong Kong's. Screenshots highlight Ryo, the spirited biker joy, and hint at the complex relationship with Ren Wying. The second movie showcases footage planned for SIGAgraph 2001, focusing heavily on intense battle sequences. You'll see various characters unleashing powerful martial arts moves, including grapples reminiscent of Virtua Fighter 4, and a mysterious masked fighter who brings Landine to mind. The footage also teases the pivotal meeting with Carling Shenhua, confirming her importance to the story. These previews offer a fantastic glimpse into the vast world and thrilling action awaiting players in Shenmue 2. This page is all about the highly anticipated Sonic Adventure 2, released on June 23rd, celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Sonic series. The core theme is the fierce clash between the hero and dark sides, allowing players to experience the story from both perspectives. On the hero side, you've got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, while the dark side features the new characters Shadow, Rouge, and the returning Drive Eggman. The game isn't just one type of gameplay, it features 3 distinct styles tied to the characters: high-speed running stages for Sonic and Shadow, action shooting using mechs for Tails and Eggman, and treasure hunting for Knuckles and Rouge. A major highlight mentioned is the inclusion of a competitive 2-player versus mode. This mode lets players battle it out using the different gameplay types, like speed races between Sonic and Shadow, shooting duels with Tails and Eggman's mechs, and treasure hunts pitting Knuckles against Rouge. The magazine emphasizes the enhanced graphics and presentation, promising a high-speed 3D action experience that's the culmination of the Sonic team's decade of work. This page focuses on Confidential Mission, the latest light gun shooter from Hitmaker. It's presented as a preview for an experience version or demo of the game. The magazine highlights the core gameplay loop of aiming and shooting, emphasizing the classic Sega light gun shooting experience. Players get to try out the first stage of the game in this demo. The page provides a breakdown of the screen elements, explaining things like the score display, where you hit enemies, bullet count, item count, and remaining lives. It also shows the controls for both the standard Dreamcast controller and the Dreamcast gun, detailing how to aim, shoot, and reload. It touches on how the difficulty can change based on in-game events and previews some modes like Agent Academy for training and Partner Mode for two-player co-op, suggesting these add replayability. The demo is described as ending before the first boss, encouraging readers to check out the full product version for the complete experience, including DC original modes. More detailed information is said to be available on page 104. This page introduces Sega's first romance-adventure game, titled Candy Stripe. It's being developed by Sega/WoW Entertainment and is planned for a summer 2001 release in Japan. The game takes place in a hospital setting and features nursing students and nurses as the main characters. A special movie or demo is highlighted, showcasing the game's 6 heroines set to the main theme song. The page includes character illustrations and brief dialogue snippets in a movie check section, emphasizing their expressive reactions. It also reveals some of the voice cast for the product version, listing actors like Kaori Shimizu and Junko Kusayanagi who are voicing the characters. The voice recording for the game is mentioned as being nearly complete. This page continues the coverage of Sega's upcoming romance-adventure game, Candy Stripe. It kicks off with a character spotlight on Ayano Murasaki, detailing her personal data like height and measurements. The page then delves into a style check, showcasing Ayano in various outfits. We see her distinctive candy stripe work uniform, a cozy duffel coat for winter, a sporty swimsuit, and even her attire for major surgeries, hinting at the game's potential drama. Further down, New Information 1 reveals that the game will feature time progression, with backgrounds changing depending on whether it's day, dusk, or night. New Information 2 adds that background characters might be rendered in polygons and move in real time, adding to the game's atmosphere. The page also introduces the voice actors for other characters, listing Haruka Nagami as the voice of Nozomi Tsuruoka and Maria Yamamoto for Yuki Okawara. Finally, there's a glimpse of Ayano in a festive Santa outfit, suggesting special events or unlockable content in the game. This page features Taisen Net Gimmick Capcom and Sikyo All-Stars, a unique crossover mahjong game bringing together iconic characters from both companies. Published by Capcom and Sikyo, this title supports online play, allowing players to face off against each other using the Dreamcast's network capabilities. The game boasts an impressive roster of over 60 characters from popular series like Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, Gunbird, Sengoku Blade, and more. It includes various modes such as Tag Mode for mahjong matches and the arcade mode, Yan Fight. The key highlight is the ability to create and edit your own custom character for online battles. Winning matches online is crucial, as it allows players to earn new parts to further customize their unique fighters. Visuals showcase character artwork from both Capcom and Sikyo series, alongside screenshots of the mahjong gameplay, featuring character sprites reacting to the game and even performing special moves like a Hadoken. There's also a glimpse of the costume edit screen, emphasizing the depth of customization. The article confirms at least 45 characters will be playable, with more potentially unlockable. Further information is teased for a later page. This page focuses on Club Kart, an exciting arcade racing game running on the powerful Naomi 2 board, scheduled for imminent operation. It captures the pure essence of racing karts, emphasizing the simple yet deep thrill of acceleration, braking, and steering. The game aims to condense the appeal of karting, making it accessible and fun whether you're a seasoned racer or new to the sport. A major feature is the card system, allowing players to save their progress, track their racing history, earn sponsors who apply stickers to your kart, and even customize their machine. Players can change the color of the frame, body parts, helmets, and suit to personalize their experience. Club Kart also boasts impressive simultaneous battles, supporting up to 8 players at once, offering intense head-to-head competition. The game is featured in the accompanying Dorimaga GD movie, showcasing its realistic visuals and immersive driver's view, which is said to closely mimic the perspective of a real kart driver. The page also shows the dedicated arcade cabinet designed for the game. This page features the Digital Analog Channel, a recurring segment offering humorous takes on gaming and media, contrasting past and present experiences. This installment, titled Uzumex 2, kicks off with a note about the author frequently using CD rental stores, showing typical rental prices from the time. The main content is presented as comic strips. One section, labeled A Scene Often Seen a While Ago, depicts a game buyback counter. Characters discuss selling games, with one lamenting that they're selling a game for a console that still has great titles coming out. Contrasting this is a scene you might see today, where players are looking at a game case that strongly resembles Phantasy Star Online. The conversation revolves around different game versions, with one person noticing it's the standard version, even though Ver.2 is available. They also discuss the online aspect, mentioning the need for peripherals like a keyboard and memory card for the best experience. The page also includes smaller, humorous observations from characters named Uzu and Maki-chan, such as the frustration of barcode stickers covering CD track lists, and radio DJs not repeating song titles at the end. Overall, it's a light-hearted look at the evolution of gaming culture and common media annoyances. This page features the Reader's Submission Corner, highlighting a free talk segment focused on community interaction. The submissions include illustrations and questions directed at a character named Dorines, discussing aspects like its design, personality, and potential catchphrases, showing players engaging directly with the magazine's content. Following this is the Cinemas section, offering recommended movies. It presents a ranking of popular films, including titles like Hannibal, The Mexican, Chocolate, and Traffic. The page also spotlights two specific films. The Mummy Returns is featured, described as the sequel continuing the adventures of Rick and Evelyn. Additionally, Miss Congeniality is highlighted, starring Sandra Bullock, about an FBI agent going undercover in a beauty pageant, noting its success around that time. This page features a showcase of reader-submitted illustrations and profiles, highlighting the diverse talent within the community. We see a range of styles and subjects, from original characters like a spiky bear-like creature and a fighting character, to interpretations of characters from popular series such as Misuzu Kamio from Air and a character resembling Erika from Sakura Wars, plus a dynamic take on Sonic the Hedgehog from Sonic Adventure. Each illustration is accompanied by the contributor's name and location, along with a brief comment on the artwork. The main feature delves into the evolving landscape of the game industry, with an article titled, With the Arrival of the Online Game Era, the Game Scene is a Labyrinth. This piece, the 57th installment of the Behind the Scenes at GameShop series, discusses how the advent of online gaming and networked services has fundamentally changed the market. It notes that the traditional distinction between hardware and software is becoming blurred, and new elements like credit systems and online interactions are making the industry scene much more complex and harder to navigate, like a labyrinth. The article touches upon different perspectives, such as that of hardware manufacturers focusing on technical specs, and software developers prioritizing player experience and entertainment value. Finally, the page includes a small comic strip and credits for the writer, Yoshinari Shimakawa, known for his work related to Akihabara's PC scene, and the illustrator, Yusaku Hanakuma. This page features a collection of reader-submitted illustrations, showcasing various artistic styles and subjects, including fan art based on series like Gundam, Gorillaz, Phantasy Star Online, Soul Calibur, and Air, as well as unique original characters. Each piece is accompanied by the artist's name, location, and a short comment. The main section, titled Book MQ, highlights recommended books, noting a recent influx of diary and autobiography releases. Two specific titles are featured. Boyoko Anno's This Is No Time to Be Writing a Diary, a collection of writings about daily life and the challenges of deadlines, and Leonard Nimoy's autobiography, I Am Spock, in which the actor discusses his experiences playing the iconic Star Trek character. The page also includes a ranking table listing sales data for books, mainly comprising strategy guides and visual books for games such as Tier Ring Saga, Sakura Wars 3, True Love Story 3, Gran Turismo 3, Sister Princess, Happy Lesson, and Armored Core 2 Another Age, for various platforms including PlayStation, PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, and PC, as recorded in late May 2001. This page is titled, True Dorimaga Liberation Zone Declaration, and features a collection of short articles, commentary, and illustrations, likely reader-submitted. One section, This Week, Fukawa Style, offers quirky observations on various topics from the writer. There are several reader-submitted illustrations, including characters from Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ under the title, Something's Different, Right? And original designs like the World Prince. Another illustration features a character labeled You the Rock under the section Worlds YS, not YS, with a comment noting his leather jacket doesn't suit a rapper. The illustration for Finally Appeared in the Magazine and Close to Parents Finding Out features a character named Unimore. There's also an illustration of the N-Editor-in-Chief and a character based on Desan from Sega Gaga. A feature titled, Let's Think About Catchphrases for That Game proposes taglines for games like Ill Bleed, suggesting big bleeding service, and for Cardcaptor Sakura, Tomoyo's Video Diary, suggesting knockoff Snap. The page also includes a column called New Kijiku, and a small text box about an innocent detective. The bottom of the page showcases illustrations labeled Chippo as part of the Privex Actress Volume 0028 section, listing related websites and a 2001 copyright. This page presents a collection of reader-submitted or community-focused content, primarily featuring short manga strips and illustrations. Several panels offer humorous commentary and references, including one titled Shenmue Chapter Hong Kong Outer Story, which features characters from the iconic series, and another titled Great God Ichiro Legend, showcasing a character strongly resembling Ogami Ichiro from Sakura Wars. Other segments touch on various topics, from potential fighting game references to playful, slightly edgy humor. Below these illustrations is a music guide section, reviewing several albums and singles across different genres, including releases from artists such as Stead Square, Suicide Sports Car, No Need, Purple Sunflower, Rikuri, and Palette Pop. It's a lively page, mixing fan creativity with cultural notes. This page offers diverse content centered on reader contributions and community interests. Live Action Sega humorously reviews the Dreamcast game Sega, reflecting on the console's legacy. Age of Fusion presents fan art from Osaka, celebrating game love with a wrestling theme. The Manga Dojo features a manga competition, with Fukujin's stuffed animal style winning. A contact section hints at upcoming features, including the Kyasuko Wind Chimes project and Bomber Rock's I Had This Dream. Continued Suffix Path explores the origins of the NYA sound. An editor's column discusses the Matari trend and enjoyment of small bottles. Finally, Follow Me solicits readers' trend ideas. This page features a reader-focused section called Captain Hachi's Why What, where characters discuss recent Sega news and the magazine's status, including a brief break for the publication. Following that is Yo's submission postcard question box, which this time delves into drawing techniques like using screen tones and Copic markers, showcasing reader illustrations, and offering tips for submissions. The big news on the page is a major push to get reader-requested Sega game and anime songs added to the Sega Kara karaoke service. The magazine is actively working on this, even meeting with Sega Music Networks, and highlights requests for songs like Reinforce Man's theme from Burning Rangers and Mai Shiranui's theme, Psycho Soldier. Readers are encouraged to submit their requests and watch for updates. As a bonus, the prize for the Sega Kara Support Corner has been powered up, with one Sega Kara unit being given away in every issue. This page dives into the community side of things, kicking off with the Stories That Make You Cry Are Coming section, where readers share tales of woe and misfortune. It's a bit of a commiseration corner, asking for submissions on sad experiences. Then there's the point ranking, which tracks points earned by contributors. Earning points gets you goodies, 10 points for exclusive magazine merchandise, and 20 points for your choice of a game title. The list shows top contributors earning points through their various submissions. The guide to each corner lays out the multitude of ways readers can get involved, listing various submission topics ranging from chatting with the magazine's mascot Dorinus, submitting illustrations, sharing opinions, or even just ranting about things they dislike. The Submission Rules section provides clear guidelines on how to submit content, whether it's text or artwork, detailing accepted formats like postcards or email, file types, and necessary information. Finally, the page features a profile on someone named Tomoe Sakurai in Volume 22, who shares a personal essay titled Door to Tomorrow. Sushi Merry-Go-Round. This column reflects on the simple joys and perhaps slightly embarrassing habits experienced at revolving sushi restaurants. This page gives us a deep dive into Vipachi CR Hisatsu Shigatonin, a Dreamcast adaptation of the popular pachinko machine based on the classic Japanese TV drama series Hisatsu Shigatonin. The game faithfully recreates the experience, featuring numerous dramatic reach animations pulled straight from the show and the machine's unique hyper flash on the game board. It even incorporates the PVIB handle vibration feature from the real machine for added immersion. The game includes a ranking mode where players can connect to compete for the highest ball count and chase top scores online. There's also a prize catalog showcasing the virtual goodies you can earn, from character figures to exclusive original merchandise. The page also features a special report on the actual machine's unveiling event. The event was a big success, attracting industry professionals and media. Highlights included discussions with the game developers and a special appearance by Makoto Fujita, the lead actor from the original drama, who apparently is quite the pachinko fan himself. Attendees got a chance to try out the Vipachi Dreamcast version, noting its excellent recreation of the gameplay, particularly praising the exciting controller vibration feature. The Sakura Wars Caillou Show celebrates its 5th anniversary, with interviews featuring creator Oji Hiroi and composer Kohei Tanaka. Hiroi teases future franchise announcements and praises the show's production and cast. Tanaka discusses new music for the anniversary, including the album Sakura Wars Caillou Zenkyoku Shu 2I, and the challenges of composing, particularly for the Kaijin Besu segment. The page highlights new music releases: the album, a single Gokuden no Moto ni Hana no Pari, and the Sakura Wars 3 original sound collection. These releases and visual elements, like CD cover images, provide fans with more of the series' defining music. The creator's dedication suggests further developments for the beloved franchise are on the horizon. This page continues the discussion from the previous page, focusing on the Sakura Wars Caillou Show Kaijin Besu stage production and the creative process behind it. Under the heading, How Did You Change It?, creator Oji Hiroi and composer Kohei Tanaka talk about adapting the original Kaijin Besu story for the stage. They touch on the challenges of condensing the narrative and how they approach scoring the show, particularly highlighting Tanaka's role as music director and conductor. The page also provides essential details about the show itself, including the performance dates from August 10th to 18th, 2001 at the Tokyo Kosei Nenkin Kaikan, various ticket price categories, and a brief performance schedule. A large illustration related to the show's theme and setting is also featured, giving fans a visual taste of the production. This page features a striking advertisement for the Dreamcast strategy card game, Cul-de-Sac 2. The large text at the top reads, "Beyond the net, rivals are waiting," and "You won't lack opponents for life." It emphasizes the widespread online multiplayer potential, stating, "Your opponent is across Japan." Below the title, Cul-de-Sac 2nd, the ad highlights the game's release date as July 12, 2001, priced at 6,800 yen, tax included. Key features are listed. Online communication battles are possible. The number of cards is greatly increased to over 450 types, and it boasts a more refined game system. The lower section announces that pre-orders are now being accepted, noting that quantities are limited. By pre-ordering at participating stores, players will receive in-game card data and 3 real cards as a bonus. The specific bonus shown includes card data for Leok Knight and 3 real cards, including Leok Knight plus 2 others chosen from a selection. A long list of stores across Japan where pre-orders can be made is also included. This is clearly positioning Cul-de-Sac 2 as a deep and highly replayable title with a strong online component, perfect for card game fans looking for competitive play. This page features a stunning promotional artwork for the Dreamcast title, Cul-de-Sac. The image centers on a large, glowing sphere containing a dramatic scene of a castle under a fiery sky, with mysterious figures radiating light. Floating around this sphere are several cards depicting various fantasy creatures and characters, a clear nod to the game's core card battling mechanics. The backdrop is a vibrant blue sky with clouds, transitioning to a view of a planet or vast landmass below, suggesting the grand scale of the game's world. The Dreamcast logo is prominently displayed at the top right. At the bottom of the page, the official website, http://www.culdesac.com, is listed for more information. Contact details for Media Factory's customer support center are also provided, including a phone number and operating hours, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., excluding holidays. This visual emphasizes the magical, strategic depth of Culdicept, combining fantasy artwork with the game's distinctive card system. This page dives deep into the technical marvels found in the world of Sakura Wars, specifically showcasing the Kubu Fawn, piloted by Hanabi Oji. Titled Steam Workshop and described as a marvel born of technology, this segment highlights the design and specifications of the iconic steam-powered mech. The detailed artwork by Mika Akitaka reveals the intricate mechanics of the Kubu F, focusing on its primary weapon, the machine bowgun. Insets illustrate the 40-round magazine and the steam-powered winch system used to draw the bow and load arrows, explaining how it operates using steam supplied from the main unit. The mech is poetically described as a bow sniper, who respects ritual and quietly strikes down enemies. Key specifications are listed, including its impressive height of 2,592 mm, a dry weight of 722 kilograms, the single machine bowgun, and its power source, the 600 horsepower Orage F11 Spirit power engine, piloted by none other than Hanabi Oji. This is a fantastic look into the engineering and combat style of one of Sakura Wars' distinctive mechs. This page continues the detailed look at Hanabi Oji's Kubu Fe from the Paris Combat Review, explaining its origins as part of a top-secret enhancement program. We learn the Kubu F serves as a backup unit, and its primary weapon, the unique machine bowgun, is central to its function as the Paris Krigu's long-range sniper. The text delves into the machine bowgun's design, powered by steam and featuring a winch to draw its powerful bow and a sight scope for targeting, overcoming the inherent slowness of a traditional bow to achieve impressive range. Below that, a new section titled Sakura Wars Series Basic Knowledge explores the history of humanoid steam machine development in Japan, spearheaded by Kanzaki Heavy Industries. It recounts the early import of the American Star prototype and the subsequent Japanese efforts, including the Fuji and Tenjin. While innovative, these early models faced challenges with steam output and stability, leading to their eventual repurposing or abandonment for mass production, paving the way for the more successful spiritual armor, Rishi Kubu. An image of the Fuji prototype Unit 1 from 1873 is shown, noting its design resemblance to the Star and its operating time. There's also a small comic strip on the side featuring a girl and a cat character, with some lighthearted commentary and a personal note about getting an air conditioner but facing electrical issues. This page is the second volume of Hanamaga, the fan magazine dedicated to the Sakura Wars series. The main focus here is a fantastic feature celebrating the birthday of Hanabi Oji from the Paris Combat Review, who was born on May 22nd. Fans from all over Japan have sent in amazing illustrations and messages to wish Hanabi a happy birthday, and you can see a selection of these creative tributes. There's even a weekly Platinum Award for a standout submission. The page also includes the Association Bate section, a fun game where readers submit ideas based on a given theme. This time the theme was Goku Riko, and some interesting entries are featured. Submissions for future issues are welcomed, and the next volume is set to announce rankings for the fan contributions. It's a great look at the vibrant Sakura Wars community, interacting with the magazine. This page features a column by Fumio Kurokawa, titled Still Black, where he discusses off-course and packaged software. The column touches upon the pricing of the GameCube following E3, comparing its launch price to past consoles and noting its competitive value. Kurokawa then draws a parallel between the music industry, referencing the band Off Course and the shift from physical media to digital, and the game industry's own potential move towards online content away from packaged software. He argues that packaged software is far from obsolete and will remain essential as long as the content quality is high. The page also includes a news headline section for the game industry this week. Key points include Sega and stage game licensing, Dreamcast-related technology, Capcom focusing on online game development for PC, Square postponing the securitization of the Final Fantasy movie project, and attention being drawn to Jurassic Park 2i this summer with related game releases. Other headlines cover online battle services for PC and new terminal devices. Below the column in news is a section soliciting reader opinions and feedback. This page features new anime information, focusing on the upcoming DVD box release of the first TV series of Lupin III, scheduled for July 4th. This highly anticipated release showcases the original 1971 series, celebrated for its hard-boiled action, dynamic direction, compelling stories, and memorable characters. It's presented in a digitally remastered format and comes in a special storage case with a deluxe booklet. Related Lupin content highlighted includes the DVD video release of the classic film The Castle of Cagliostro and the official Lupin III website. The page also introduces the core cast: Lupin III, Daisuke Jigen, Fujiko Mine, and Goemon Ishikawa X2 Ein, detailing their roles and voice actors. In the CSCA TV pickup section, 2 other anime series are featured: Mobile Fighter G Gundam, celebrating its 15th anniversary with broadcasts starting June 23, known for its unique take on Gundam battles, and Cosmo Warrior Zero, a space adventure based on Leiji Matsumoto's work, beginning its broadcast on July 6. This page announces recent anime and music releases. DVD highlights include the final volume of Shin Getter Robo Tai Neo Getter Robo, Fighting Spirit, Hajime no Ippo, Volume 4, Digimon Adventure 02 Volume 9, Legendary Gambler Tetsuya Volume 5, Brigadoon, Marin and Melon Volume 7, Magical Doremi Sharp Part 6, Kamen Rider Kuga Volume 7, and the first DVD box for Machine Robo, Revenge of Kronos. CD releases feature soundtracks for the Love Hina Spring Special, and the first original soundtrack for Noir. Finally, the anime adaptation of Real Bout High School is announced, a series blending fantasy, fighting, and school themes, set to air on Kids Station. This page presents the 118th installment of Something Yoshimatsu Theater, titled Manga Pride Old Tale. The author, Something Yoshimatsu, has created a humorous manga that blends the classic Japanese folktale of Urashima Taro with elements of the popular mixed martial arts organization Pride. The story features characters that seem to reference Sega consoles, with both Urashima Taro and the turtle displaying the number 32, possibly alluding to the Sega 32X or Saturn. The manga begins with Urashima bullying the turtle, only to be confronted and decisively defeated by a fierce female character, implied to be Otohime from the original tale, but depicted here as a powerful fighter. The author includes commentary suggesting that words don't resonate with children engrossed in games, ironically using a violent confrontation to supposedly teach the importance of life. A character resembling the Sega Mega Drive, referred to as Mega Dorana-san, is also shown observing the events. The author concludes by soliciting reactions to this unique blend of folktale, gaming culture, and fighting. This page features Comic Wonderland, Part 26 of the DC Fan Retsuden series by artist Tokumitsu Yasuyuki. The left side presents a humorous comic strip centered around a happy birthday theme, incorporating references to the Dreamcast title Sakura Wars 3, Is Paris Burning, and its drama download feature. The strip depicts characters celebrating birthdays, with one character comically realizing their birthday is still several months away, despite the festivities. On the right side, a separate manga segment shows Yamamoto-san and Kadoi Aya observing people on a train using their mobile phones, and remarking on the temptation to look at others' screens, drawing a parallel to Takuya Kimura's old FMV computer commercials. The bottom section provides brief profiles for Tokumitsu Yasuyuki, noting his work on pro wrestling manga and his status as a Sakura Wars 3 enthusiast, and for Kadoi Aya, highlighting his work on original art for titles like Refrain Blue, likely a PC game, and his distinct gag manga style. The page offers a blend of gaming references and relatable humor through the comic strips. This page features the Radical Communication series, this time focusing on author Kiyoshi Shigematsu. The article delves into the background of this prominent Japanese novelist, exploring how he transitioned from various part-time jobs during his university days to becoming a writer. It discusses his perspective on crafting stories that capture the authentic reality of modern families and young people, highlighting the foundation of his acclaimed works such as Vitamin F, Age, and Knife. The piece includes a quote, "Will you not stop despairing?" which appears to be a key theme or question discussed in the interview regarding his approach to difficult subjects. The profile section provides biographical details on Shigematsu, listing his education, career trajectory from publishing to freelance writing, and major award-winning novels published up to that time, including his most recent work. This page features advertisements for 2 comprehensive strategy guides for popular fighting games. First, we have the Ultimate Fighting Championship Perfect Guide, which covers both the Dreamcast and PlayStation versions. This guide promises practical strategies for both stand-up and ground fighting, along with complete technique lists and data for every character. It also provides detailed information on unlocking secret fighters and mastering the Edit Fighter mode, supported by expert insights. Below that is the Guide for Fire Pro Wrestling D, titled The Complete. This guide claims to unlock everything the game has to offer, including complete technique lists and detailed data for all 220 wrestlers in the game. It provides extensive coverage of the edit mode and even includes bonus materials like a detached operation list and wrestler edit notes. It's billed as a complete analysis, detailing each wrestler on their own page. Both guides are published by SoftBank Publishing. This page details a reader survey postcard for the magazine, explaining how to fill it out correctly using clear handwriting and Arabic numerals in the provided boxes. It provides examples for single and double-digit answers and how to mark multiple choices. The survey asks readers for demographic information like gender, age, and occupation, along with their reading habits, specifically which other magazines they read frequently. It also queries their opinion on the cover of the current issue. Key questions delve into the reader's relationship with Dreamcast, asking how often they submit these postcards, how many Dreamcast software titles they own, and their perspective on Sega releasing software for multiple platforms like PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox. A significant topic at the time. Readers are also asked to list the articles they liked and disliked from the included list, Table 1, the hardware they currently own from a provided list, Table 2, and which Dreamcast software titles they want to purchase in the future, selecting from a very extensive list, Table 3. Finally, they are asked to pick just one Dreamcast game they want to play the most right now, from that same large software list. This survey provides valuable insight into the readership's interests and opinions during a pivotal period for Sega and the Dreamcast console. This page acts as an exciting introduction to upcoming content in the magazine, split into two main sections. The top left banner heralds new information, presenting a lineup of games set to be previewed, ranging from RPGs like Culdcept Second and Fragrance Tale to tactical titles like Magic, The Gathering, and Gundam Battle Online. Fighting game fans have plenty to look forward to with previews for Taxon Net Gimmick, Capcom vs. Psikyo All-Stars, and Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro. There are also previews for unique titles like Heavy Metal Geomatrix, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo for matching service, and the popular Atelier Marie and Ellie series. On the right side, a large collection of character portraits, drawn in a distinct, vibrant style, fills the space, showcasing a diverse cast primarily from the fighting games mentioned, especially those featured in the Capcom vs. SNK and Capcom vs. Psikyo crossover titles. Iconic characters from Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, Stank's fighting games, and Psikyo titles are all represented. The bottom right section signals the beginning of detailed strategy guides under the title Dorimaga Style Grand Strategy. This part lists major games receiving in-depth coverage, including the immensely popular online RPG Phantasy Star Online Ver.2, the unique card-based RPG Eldorado Gate Volume 5, the chaotic driving fun of Crazy Taxi 2, and the sci-fi adventure Exodus Guilty Neos. This page effectively serves as a dynamic table of contents, highlighting the diverse range of Dreamcast software covered within the issue. This page dives into the tactical simulation RPG, Run equals Dim as Black Soul. The layout features striking character art of the protagonist, Yutaka, his brother Katsumi, and key supporting characters Sergei Kabakov, alongside gameplay screenshots showcasing the mech combat on a grid map. The game is described as a simulation RPG by Idea Factory, currently 75% complete and aiming for a September 2nd release. The core theme revolves around a tragic story of revenge, specifically Yutaka's quest for vengeance against his elder brother Katsumi and the Undine Company. Following a devastating event, Sergei Kabakov is introduced as a calm yet effective RB, robot/mech, pilot under Yutaka, focused on combat efficiency. The game highlights the integration of Morita Shiko, II, promising sophisticated tactical encounters. Players will experience the initial episodes detailing Yutaka's path as an RB player for the Kelbim Company and the beginning of his revenge saga. This looks like a promising strategic title, with a strong narrative focus on familial conflict and vengeance. The next page continues our look at Run equals Dim as Black Soul, delving into the game's mechanics and introducing more key figures. This title is described as a mission-clear type simulation game, where players operate a unit by accepting various requests. Beyond mandatory missions, players must take on optional jobs to earn funds for essential unit management, including equipment maintenance, upgrades, and pilot training, as company aid is cut early on. The battle system is turn-based and takes place on a hex grid map. It features a sophisticated opponent, AI known as Morita Shiko, promising challenging tactical encounters. The system is highlighted as simple but deep, offering ample strategic depth. The page also offers a brief look at Episode 1, detailing the transition in unit management and the events leading to the initial combat sequences, including an urgent report about unidentified enemy units. We are introduced to two more RB players, Roman Kleiner, a pilot in Yutaka's unit with a strong sense of honor who prefers straightforward combat and refuses orders that conflict with his beliefs, and Helmut Aduner, an RB player for the rival Undine Company, who is described as a destruction enthusiast who enjoys the freedom a corporate unit offers compared to a military one. Screenshots show the unit management interface and battle scenes. The next page features the adventure/racing simulation game, Fragrance Tale, developed by Takuyo for the Dreamcast. The central theme revolves around Liam, a young man from the atmospheric world, tasked with reconciling the conflict between the heavenly and demonic realms by creating a holy perfume. Players will interact with characters from these different worlds, including angels such as Adel and Salud, and devils like Shinlith and Tim, all of whom are depicted as being attracted to Liam. The gameplay involves gathering ingredients to mix the perfume and deepening relationships with the various characters, leading to numerous possible endings. Screenshots show character portraits, a status screen that appears to track relationships and perfume mixing progress, and event scenes depicting key interactions within the game's narrative. The game is noted as being 90% complete and has a release date set for July 26th. The next page provides a deeper look into the gameplay of Fragrance Tale, focusing on Liam's daily activities. The core loop involves Liam mixing holy perfume each day. While ingredients from other realms are provided by visiting angels and demons, materials from the atmospheric world require Liam to venture out himself. He can visit the fairy forest, where tricky fairies offer hints about ingredients, or attend school, where the teacher might provide guidance on mixing techniques. The process of making perfume is detailed, showing steps from selecting ingredients to bottling the finished product, with hints sometimes gleaned from conversations with the angels and demons who visit Liam's room. These visits and interactions are key, as the characters' reactions can change based on the conversation choices. The page also highlights the game's clock system, hinting at potential events or gameplay changes that occur if Liam stays up late. Finally, the page introduces specific demon characters from the Demon World sphere, providing their names, voice actors, and brief personality descriptions. Nadu, known for being wild and impulsive. Cradle, a cold-blooded sadist revered for his power. Citra, an intellectual and cunning strategist. And Roki, a wild but harmlessly cruel youth. The page gives a good overview of the game's daily simulation aspects, location exploration, interaction mechanics, and some of the key characters Liam will encounter. This page dives into the online world of Culdiceps II, the latest entry in the unique trading card board game series. It details the steps players need to take to jump into network battles against opponents across the country. The process begins with connecting online and accessing the game's network hub. Players then select a tower or server to join, which acts as a lobby for finding matches. Before facing others, the page emphasizes the importance of preparation, including creating a character by choosing a symbol and name. It also highlights setting up a profile to give other players an idea of who they are battling, and preparing preset messages for in-game communication. Finally, players are shown how to select or edit their deck from their collection to use in battles, ensuring they are ready to challenge fellow Scepters online. Screenshots illustrate the menu navigation, character selection, profile editing, and message customization screens. This page continues, exploring Culdiceps II's online features, focusing on how to connect with other players and jump into matches. It introduces the Scepter Tag system, a super handy tool for finding friends or specific opponents easily within the tower lobbies. Players can attach a personal tag to their profile, making them searchable, and once found, you can instantly warp to their location, which is a huge time saver compared to just wandering around. The article then walks you through starting a battle, which involves entering the same room as your opponent. One player then takes charge and creates a new game room, where you set the specific rules for the match, like the target mana goal, or the turn limit. It notes that some rules might be restricted depending on the lobby floor, which is good to know up front. The page emphasizes that battling human opponents online is key, and communication through chat is essential before, during, and after the game. Finally, it praises the responsiveness of the online play, stating that cursor movement and card drawing feel fast, making the experience feel surprisingly close to playing offline. There's also a small note about a planned cul-de-sac fan corner in the magazine, inviting submissions. This page focuses on the Dreamcast light gun shooter, Confidential Mission, specifically detailing the exclusive Agent Academy training mode. This mode is designed to sharpen players' shooting skills before tackling the main missions. It's divided into two main parts: training and simulation. The training section offers various exercises, such as combo shot for hitting multiple moving targets, reflexes, which tests quick reactions to targets appearing from panels, and who's the enemy, requiring players to distinguish and shoot only terrorists among civilians. Success in these drills is essential for progress. Clearing the initial training levels unlocks the simulation mode. Simulation tasks players with completing realistic mission scenarios. Mastering these leads to graduation. The article notes that some training exercises are even more difficult than parts of the main game, ensuring players are fully prepared for the final critical mission. Released by Sega and Hitmaker, this spy-themed light gun shooter came out on June 14th, priced at 5,800 yen. The developers encourage players to use this academy to hone their abilities for the challenging missions ahead. Stage 3 of Confidential Mission focuses on stopping the Agares party from escaping with a stolen military satellite system, whose control is being transferred to a submarine. Players must infiltrate the Agares party's island base, encountering heavily defended areas like the submarine dock and a pipe area. The final stage's secret location is teased, hinting at familiar challenges. The climax involves battling the Agares party leader, who boasts advanced technology and the ability to become invisible. The battle takes place in the command room, where the leader wields a sword and utilizes various weapons, promising a challenging final encounter to prevent the Agares party from achieving unprecedented military power. Screenshots illustrate intense combat across various base locations. This page introduces a key new feature in the upcoming Dreamcast version of Magic: The Gathering, a comprehensive tutorial mode. This mode is designed to guide both newcomers and seasoned players through the intricacies of the game, covering everything from the basic premise of Magic to detailed rules and gameplay strategies. Sections highlight what Magic is, how to play, and offer in-depth rule explanations, all presented with narration to make learning accessible. The tutorial aims to lower the barrier to entry for this complex yet rewarding trading card game, allowing anyone interested to easily pick up the fundamentals and appreciate its depth. Screenshots on the page show the tutorial interface and typical gameplay screens, illustrating the visual presentation of this helpful feature. It's presented as an ideal way for those curious about Magic to dive in, learn the ropes, and see why it's a beloved game worldwide. This page continues the detailed explanation of the tutorial mode in Magic: The Gathering on Dreamcast. It dives into the core mechanics introduced in the tutorial, starting with the essential relationship between cards and decks. It explains what a deck is, the fundamental rules for building one, such as the 4-copy limit for most cards, and visually demonstrates deck construction elements. The page categorizes the various types of cards available in the game. The Dreamcast version features 354 unique cards, combining the core set with exclusive DC original cards. It shows how the tutorial explains different card types, like lands, creatures, and spells, and importantly, how to read the information printed on each card, including their costs and abilities. A crucial section covers mana and costs, detailing how to generate mana from lands and pay the required costs to play cards. It touches upon mana management and the concept of mana burn, relevant in that era of Magic. Finally, the tutorial emphasizes learning the basic rules through practical application, including complex concepts like the stack and turn structure. It highlights that the Dreamcast game faithfully adheres to the exact rules of the physical Magic: The Gathering game, making it an excellent tool for both learning and practicing. Screenshots throughout the page showcase the clear visual aids and interactive elements of the tutorial sections. This page dives into the upcoming release of Gundam Battle Online, revealing a major piece of news for fans. An offline Federal Forces scenario will be included, not just a Xeon one. This new scenario is set during the latter half of the One-Year War, shifting perspective to the Earth Federation as they gain ground with mass-produced mobile suits. It's described as being aimed at experienced players looking for a challenge, putting them in command of a mobile fleet. The page showcases key Federal units you'll encounter or command, including the iconic RX-78 Gundam, the workhorse RGM-79GM, the RB-79 Ball, and the Magellan-class battleship. Brief descriptions highlight the GM as the backbone of the Federal military and the raw power of the Gundam. Additional details confirm the game is a simulation strategy title, releasing on June 28th. A cool bonus for the first production run is a sheet of plastic model decals featuring various unit and designer emblems for both factions, compatible with popular Gundam model kits. This adds extra value for collectors and modelers.
The page highlights the strategic depth offered by playing as the Federation, with their focus on mass production.
Gundam Battle Online's offline mode reveals its Federal Forces chapter, letting players experience the storyline as Ensign will fred across 9 stages. The early missions are showcased, beginning with Destroy the Enemy Transport Fleet in Space, requiring players to eliminate Zeon transports while using scout units due to Minovsky particle interference. Expect to fight Zaku types, including Commander types. The second stage, Escort Our Transport Fleet, focuses on defending your own transport fleet, facing ambushes from Zeon forces including Musai and Zanzibar cruisers, plus the powerful Rikdom units. The chapter highlights key Zeon units like Zaku-Su, Rikdom, and Gelgoog, emphasizing their skilled pilots and versatile mobile suits. A notable feature is the ability to customize mobile suits with emblems designed by artists from Gundam projects. This page dives into the addictive puzzle action of Super Puzzle Fighter 2X, for matching service on the Dreamcast. It showcases beloved Capcom characters from Street Fighter and Darkstalkers, rendered in an adorable chibi style, proving they are cute but still pack a punch. The core gameplay involves matching colored gems and using special crash gems to unleash signature attacks on your opponent, clearing your board and sending devastating counter gems their way. The major highlight here is the online matching service, allowing players nationwide to challenge each other, a feature noted as a key selling point. This release is a port of the popular title that first hit arcades and home consoles like PlayStation about 5 years prior, bringing its simple yet deep rules and charming characters to the Dreamcast with enhanced online capabilities. The page features vibrant character art and multiple screenshots demonstrating the chaotic and fun gameplay. This page continues the discussion on Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo for matching service on the Dreamcast, diving deeper into its mechanics and features. It starts with a review of the basic rules, explaining how to match colored gems and use crash gems for attacks, noting that matching 4 gems of the same color in a square creates a powerful power gem. A major focus is placed on the counter gems, the game's primary offensive tool, which are sent to the opponent to disrupt their board and lead to victory. The article emphasizes overwhelming the opponent's field with these attack gems. Interestingly, this Dreamcast version is highlighted as more than just a simple port, featuring new rules hinted at by keywords like accumulate and rotate, promising fresh gameplay variations. The page also confirms the return of beloved characters, including hidden ones, rendered in their signature chibi style, asking who will reign supreme in the puzzle world. Screenshots showcase intense matches and various characters like Akuma. Finally, the online matching service is again promoted, inviting players to compete nationwide.
This page highlights the impending release of Versus Net Gimmick Capcom and Sikyo All-Stars, a unique mahjong game combining characters from both esteemed companies. The game is confirmed to be 100% complete and nearing launch, promising a massive roster featuring characters from Capcom and Sikyo titles, with over 45 confirmed and potentially more than 60 appearing in total. The article touches on the game's mahjong rules, character introductions, and notes that winning in certain modes unlocks an illustration gallery with special artwork. An online versus mode is also featured, allowing players to compete against each other. The page showcases several characters, including well-known fighters like Balrog, Gen, Sagat, and Thunderhawk from the Street Fighter series, alongside characters from Sikyo's catalog such as Jane Farran and Tiora. It seems like a fun crossover for fans of both publishers, bringing their diverse casts together for strategic mahjong battles. This page continues our look at the upcoming Versus Net Gimmick Capcom and Sikyo All-Stars. Here we get a glimpse of some rewards and features. Winning in the game's story mode unlocks illustrations in the gallery, with each character apparently having 3 unique pieces. Notably, the Sikyo character illustrations are handled by a new artist,
giving them a fresh vibe different from their original game appearances. The page also delves into the extensive character customization options available, showing off various outfits and accessories you can mix and match for your online battles. It also highlights some of the gameplay's unique elements, specifically showcasing impressive professional wrestling moves like pile drivers and Boston Crabs. The game seems to lean into some fun, over-the-top techniques. Finally, we get proper introductions for 3 more characters joining the Psikyo side of the roster. Onigawara Ichidai from the Fallen Angels, a fierce karate expert, Hagane from Sengoku Blade, a formidable modified soldier, and Shuon from Soul Divide, a warrior driven by revenge. It's great to see such a diverse lineup from Psikyo's catalog making their way into this crossover mahjong showdown. This page dives into the intense online multiplayer of Heavy Metal Geomatrix. Rated highly at 95%, this 3D action game pits players against each other in brutal arena combat. The highlight here is a special event where the magazine's writing team challenged the Capcom development team to online matches. The page showcases the excitement of the cyberworld battles, with screenshots of the futuristic arenas and character clashes. The challenge was split into 2 rounds. First, intense one-on-one individual battles, and then strategic 2-2 tag battles. We see pictures of the teams facing off in person, controllers in hand. The results tables show the back-and-forth nature of the competition. While the Capcom development team demonstrated their mastery in the individual matches, the magazine's writers managed to pull off a win in the tag team round, proving the depth and strategic possibilities of the game's online mode. It looks like the 4-player battles really ramp up the intensity. This page continues our deep dive into the online capabilities of Heavy Metal Geomatrix, detailing exactly how players can jump into the action. It outlines the simple process of connecting your Dreamcast to the internet, obtaining a unique Capcom ID, and then heading into virtual playrooms to find opponents for battle, even allowing for automatic matching. The core idea is a user-friendly matchmaking service integrated right into the game. We also get a look at some key figures in the game. The team pickup section introduces the formidable 707 Metalheads, a proud knightly order fighting to reclaim their homeland. Featured characters include Duke, described as a noble leader with charisma and skill, and Dai, a brave warrior princess whose appearance belies her toughness. Further down, Phantom, known for his mad look and deadly weapons, and Lance, a skilled young prince, are highlighted with some player impressions. A special exhibition match is detailed, where the magazine team took on a Capcom veteran planner in a challenging 1vs2 handicap battle. Despite the difficulty, the match showcased the intense footwork and offensive capabilities of the game. The impressions section reinforces the value of team play, emphasizing how coordination makes battles even more exciting, although mastering character and weapon performance is key. It seems the online world of Heavy Metal Geomatrix offers deep strategic possibilities beyond simple one-on-one fights. The next page dives into Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro, previewing the game right before its release. It focuses on familiarizing players with the core systems of this crossover fighting game. The page highlights the 2 distinct groove styles, Capcom Groove and SNK Groove, explaining how each utilizes different gauge mechanics for unleashing powerful moves. It also details the unique ratio system, which allows players to build a team of 1 to 4 characters, with each character assigned a numerical ratio value, determining their strength. Screenshots illustrate the selection processes for both Groove and Ratio, showing various fighters lined up. Furthermore, the page emphasizes features exclusive to the Dreamcast version, online network battle via a matching service, and an extensive character color editing mode. It points out that online play is only compatible between players using the Pro version. The reviewer notes that the game features detailed balance adjustments from the previous title, and encourages players to jump online to battle for supremacy, highlighting the network battles as particularly exciting. Screenshots showcase the online mode menu and the detailed color editing interface. This page delves deeper into the features of Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro, specifically highlighting the extensive game modes available from the start in this Pro version, unlike the previous title where some elements were hidden. The various modes include Arcade, VS, Pair Match, 2v2 with fixed ratio, Game Replay, viewing recorded matches, Training, Network, online play via matching service, Link, importing colors from the previous game, and Color Edit. A major point is that the Pro version unlocks all hidden characters and modes from the outset,
which is a welcome change. The game also features significant balance adjustments, tweaking character performance, and continuous attack sequences compared to the original release. Specific examples mentioned include changes to easily achieved knockdown combos. The page also officially introduces Dan Hibiki and Joe Higashi as new playable characters in the Pro Edition, who were previously rumored as hidden characters. A screenshot shows them facing off. Basic combo guides are provided for both Dan and Joe, suggesting players master these essential techniques if they plan to use them. This page gives us a look at the strategy board game Gaia Master. Decisive Battle, Legend of the Century King. It appears to be exploring the game's systems by walking through the initial 5 missions in story mode. The game involves using dice and cards to battle characters and navigate the board. The feature highlights the main protagonist, Jigar, described as suitable for beginners and skilled with swords and items, though perhaps not the best in direct combat. We see introductions to other characters featured in the early missions, including the Witchagart, who uses magic and has double attack power with lucky rolls, the Knight Sir Galahad, who prefers ranged items over direct conflict, and the Samurai Yasuna, who excels with the sword. The first mission serves as a training scenario against Witchagart, focusing on acquiring assets. The second mission introduces a tag battle against Yasuna, where 2 characters team up. The page explains that the story mode allows players to experience the game's mechanics and characters, promising to cover the versus mode later. It seems the initial missions are designed to ease players into the strategic depth of Gaia Master. This page continues exploring the strategic board game Gaia Master. Decisive Battle, Legend of the Century King, by walking through later missions and introducing new game modes and characters. Mission 3, titled Big Trouble, involves dealing with an imposter of Jigar who is causing problems. Players must catch the imposter while being pursued by 2 guards. Mode. The Mission 3 system check highlights the Variant Tag mode, where you face the imposter and 2 guards, along with other characters like Galahad, focusing on assets while targeting the imposter. Moving to Mission 4, Outlaws. Set in desert ruins, rivals appear, leading to a 4-way battle royale for treasure. This mission introduces the route branching system. Completing Mission 4 triggers a demo and a choice, leading to different paths forward in the story. Mission 5 presents 2 distinct routes based on the choice made after Mission 4. Defending a border village from bandits or rescuing a princess from thugs. The village defense route features Goliath, the Iron Fist Priest, while the princess rescue route centers on Tiara, the transformed princess. Both paths introduce unique elements and challenges, keeping the gameplay fresh. The page also briefly touches on a 1vs1 vs2 battle format, suggesting a chaotic multiplayer mode. New characters introduced include Hayate, the disturbed handblade ninja with evasive skills, Tiara, the lucky princess who can receive land, and Goliath, a powerful priest-like figure. The content highlights the game's evolving missions, branching narrative, and varied characters, emphasizing its strategic depth. This page dives into the Atelier series, highlighting the added content in the PC versions of Marie's Atelier and Elise Atelier. While the series is known across platforms like PlayStation, Saturn, and Game Boy Color, the PC versions feature unique events that are also included in the latest Dreamcast release. Several examples of these added events are showcased with character portraits and brief descriptions. These include the Laughing Fairy event, where a fairy character causes mischief, the Relaxing Tea Break event, the Aesthetic Salon de Marie event, and the Reflective Glory of Youth event featuring an older character reminiscing about their past adventures. The page also provides a quick overview of the series' history across different platforms, mentioning titles like Marie's Atelier Plus, Elise Atelier, and Elise Atelier GB, noting features specific to each version, such as communication functions for item exchange or online tests. Finally, there's an update on the Dreamcast version of Marie's Atelier, stating it's 90% complete. It's described as an RPG, priced at 7,800 yen, 420 points, and includes a bundled character strap. The Dreamcast port is noted to be greatly improved systematically for easier play, with various power-ups promising an exciting experience. The content emphasizes the expanded scope and features across the series' various iterations. This page is dedicated to introducing the diverse cast of characters appearing in Marie's Atelier. Following on from the previous page's discussion of the series and the Dreamcast port,
This spread offers a visual guide and brief descriptions for many of the key figures you'll encounter. The characters are primarily grouped into those who can become companions on Marie's adventures, and those who provide assistance in the town of Salzburg. You'll find familiar faces like Shia Donnerstern, Marie's childhood friend and a kind supporter, Ruben Fernier, the young adventurer searching for his parents, and Mew Sextons, the energetic traveler from the south. The list of potential companions also includes skilled individuals, such as the legendary knight Endel Cirkyard, the mysterious Kilieli Fagner, and the rogue Schwalbe Satz.
Those who help Marie in town include figures like Dioshenk, the master of the tavern, Flying Griffin, Dornier, the academy principal, and Ingrid, one of the academy's teachers. Even royalty makes an appearance with Prince Buldolf Sigzal and his father King Win Sigzal. The page highlights the variety of personalities Marie will interact with, emphasizing that forming bonds with these distinct individuals will be crucial to her journey as an alchemist. It serves as a helpful overview for players to familiarize themselves with the residents and adventurers they'll meet in Salzburg.
This page is all about the upcoming Dreamcast romance adventure game, Miss Moonlight. The featured title tasks the player with protecting a princess from the Middle Eastern country of Alf Amalreich, who has fled to Japan amidst internal conflict. What starts in a serious, tense atmosphere soon evolves into a story filled with comedy and suspense, centered around the protagonist's efforts to keep the princess safe. The gameplay system revolves around the player's daily life, which is broken down into different time blocks throughout the day, featuring events such as morning, school, lunchtime, after school, and bedtime activities. The narrative focuses primarily on the relationship between the protagonist and the princess, Sandy Amalreich, a surprisingly hearty eater despite her slim build. It is described as a love story between the princess, targeted by an organization, and the young man who protects her. The page challenges the player directly. Can you protect her? This looks like a promising addition to the Dreamcast's adventure game library. This page continues the look at the Dreamcast romance adventure title, Miss Moonlight. It delves deeper into the gameplay systems and introduces some of the main female characters the protagonist will interact with, in addition to Princess Sandy from the previous page. The second game system highlighted focuses on detailed choices presented during conversations and events, allowing the player to shape the story and unlock different outcomes and endings. This emphasizes replayability and personalizing the narrative. The third system features a CG mode, enabling players to revisit event scenes they have unlocked during their playthrough. This is a great feature for fans to enjoy the beautiful illustrations again at their leisure, with thumbnails showing some of the girls, Saya, Kyoko, Akane, Bandel, and Natsuki. Several key characters are profiled.
Akane Ikusei is depicted as the popular, diligent childhood friend who secretly harbors feelings for the protagonist. Saya Kojimachi is the daughter of a large company executive and a mecha enthusiast, quiet due to family circumstances but helpful with technology. Natsuki Kato is a waitress with a gentle demeanor but a surprising passion for gambling. The page also features characters associated with kendo, like Kyoko Ayuse, described as boyish yet sometimes delicate, and another girl presented as a big sister-type childhood friend, likely Bandel from the CG list, noted for her straightforward personality and skill despite being naive in love. The page showcases various character moments and interactions through accompanying screenshots. This page introduces a new character for the Dreamcast title, Roommate. Building upon the previous game which focused on living with Ryoko, this entry appears to introduce new dimensions. The focus here is on Megumi Hachisawa, presented as Ryoko's classmate and friend. The section includes her profile, detailing her birthday, May 9th, blood type, 158 centimeters height, 42 kilograms weight, measurements, B81 W56 H82, favorite subjects, English, world history, hobbies, horse riding, music appreciation, and love for animals, particularly dogs and cats. The text explains that while Ryoko is known for her friendship with someone else, presumably the player, she also has Megumi, and the three of them often act together, suggesting Megumi is a key addition to the dynamic. The page highlights that this version of Roommate is not just a simple remake, hinting at significant new elements beyond just the genre shift to novel. Game details listed include a July 5th release date and a price of 6,800 yen, with the project noted as 60% complete. An image of a cute dog is also featured, likely referencing Megumi's love for animals.
This page introduces a new, unexpected roommate joining Ryoko and the player in the latest roommate title. A cute little dog named Koro-chan. The story kicks off when Ryoko discovers the abandoned puppy on her way home
and decides to bring it back.
Koro-chan quickly settles in, becoming attached to both Ryoko and the player, adding a new dynamic to their shared life. The game system is described as simple, focusing on reading the story as events unfold daily, returning to the title screen at the end of each day, with choices leading to branching scenarios. The game also offers detailed customization options via the menu screen, allowing players to adjust sound settings, voice and BGM volume, text display, and even window opacity to tailor the experience to their liking. It seems the introduction of Koro-chan adds a layer of heartwarming cohabitation to the familiar roommate formula.
This page delves further into the world of roommate Ryoko, providing a story digest and highlighting key visual events. The premise sees the protagonist, who failed to get into university, ending up as an unexpected roommate to Ryoko in a house owned by his father's friend. Despite the initial awkwardness, the two begin to adapt to their new life together, finding comfort and support in each other. The text suggests their bond deepens significantly, hinting at the protagonist's fear of loneliness if Ryoko were to leave. The page showcases several visual events from the game. One highlights the summer setting with a scene of Ryoko making a wish on a Tanabata bamboo tree, sparking curiosity about her hopes and dreams. Another focus is on Ryoko's involvement in tennis, featuring a dynamic screenshot of her playing and noting her impressive skills on the court. Furthermore, the page introduces Ryoko's best friend, Karie Nakayama. Through Ryoko, the protagonist becomes acquainted with Karie, and they also develop a friendly relationship. Visuals show the protagonist interacting with Ryoko's, including scenes at a cafe and potentially cooking together, illustrating how the protagonist integrates into Ryoko's social circle and builds connections beyond just their cohabitation.
This page serves as the vibrant cover or main feature introduction for a weekly gaming magazine published by SoftBank, issue number 246. From June 2001. The bold title and tagline promise comprehensive coverage of new games and strategies, declaring this one book is all you need.
The issue hypes several exciting features.
There's a deep dive into Digicube's strategy for selling Final Fantasy X on PlayStation 2, even including a manga timeline of Digicube's history. Crucially for Dreamcast fans, the magazine features Maken X Kai, the updated version of the stylish action game Maken X. This segment promises a thorough breakdown of its unique world through developer interviews, and provides essential strategy for the early game. Adding a different flavor, another feature explores the surprising relationship between gaming and summer fashion, suggesting that yes, gamers can indeed be stylish. The dynamic character art on the left likely teases the Maken X Kai feature.
Further down, the page promotes SoftBank's lineup of strategy guides. Featured prominently is the Phantasy Star Online version 2 Perfect Guide for Dreamcast, alongside details about reserving a limited edition phone card set. The guidebook list itself showcases SoftBank's publishing range across multiple platforms, but notably includes guides for essential Dreamcast titles like both volumes of the Sakura Wars 3 Strategy Guide and the Phantasy Star Online version 2 guide itself. This confirms the magazine's commitment to covering key Dreamcast releases while also looking ahead to other platforms.
Phantasy Star Online Ver 2 for Dreamcast emphasizes cooperation, particularly in its new modes. Battle and challenge modes were designed to recreate the feeling of early game tension and heavily rely on teamwork. Both modes are best experienced with a full party of 4. Android characters get a boost with a new trap ability. Ultimate mode's difficulty necessitates proper gear. The PvP mode features Battle 2 and Battle 4 rule sets, the latter involving Meseta Collection. Dark Falls remains largely the same, but the ending slightly varies based on offline completion. A key new feature is Choice Search, a lobby search tool that lets players filter by level, gender, and keywords, streamlining the process of finding groups for specific content like challenge or battle modes. This page features an interview with 3 key members of the Sonic team responsible for Phantasy Star Online. Director Takao Miyoshi, main programmer Manabu Fusayuki, and main designer Satoshi Sakai. They discuss their recommended battle mode stages, highlighting Battle 2 and Battle 4. Battle 4 is noted for its strategic Meseta Collection element, while Battle 2 is a tighter map where the Ranger class might shine, despite the Hunter often being strongest in battle mode overall. The interview also touches on online item persistence, explaining that gear from your last save is retained, but items dropped upon defeat in battle mode are lost. Saves occur when transitioning areas or exiting shops/check rooms. Party composition for challenge mode is also discussed, with suggestions for balanced teams including rangers, forces, and hunters. Looking towards the future, they hint at the possibility of a version 3 or a completely new Phantasy Star Online 2, considering Ver 2 a completion of the current game. Finally, there's an exciting tease about a secret, shocking reward, waiting for players who manage to clear all of challenge mode, hinting at a special item that the team is eager to reveal. Screenshots showcase gameplay from both battle and challenge modes. This guide from the Pso Rag Rao Rukenkyu Kai Ver 2 group details challenge mode in Phantasy Star Online Ver 2, specifically stages 2 and 3 within the caves. Unlike the main game, these stages offer no retreat, demanding teamwork from the start at levels 5 and 7, respectively. The guide stresses the importance of balanced party composition, highlighting rangers and forces for support and hunters for frontline combat, protecting them from threats like poison lilies. Temporary item usage is crucial. Hoarding is discouraged in favor of strategic application for the entire party's benefit. Stages 2 and 3 introduce unique traps, including destructible walls, item-activated switches, illusory walls, and chute-activated switches. The guide emphasizes the need for careful attention and coordination to overcome these obstacles and progress through the challenging cave stages. This page shifts focus from challenge mode in Phantasy Star Online to tackling the ultimate difficulty caves, where the search for rare items continues. Be wary of the Oblili, an evolved poison lily, known for its devastating one-hit kill technique, Mikinyid. The boss of the deep cave is Dal Leli, which relies heavily on recovery abilities, making direct damage less effective. Focusing on survivability might be key here. The page then showcases some highly desired rare items players hope to find. The Ancient Saber is a heavy sword exclusive to hunters, boasting a unique effect that absorbs enemy experience points. For Android Rangers, the Panzerfaust is a powerful rocket launcher capable of large explosions that may damage multiple enemies. The Tripolic Shield stands out with its exceptional defense, yet remains lightweight and usable by all classes, thanks to its new material. Additionally, there's exciting news about a Sonic Team event in Sapso, celebrating the release of Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic's 10th anniversary. For 15 days starting June 16th, Sonic Team staff will appear in lobbies dressed as Sonic characters, like Sonic, Tails, and Eggman, adding a playful touch to the online experience. Finally, the page addresses the issue of illegal play that's causing problems for the game, and encourages players to report cheating to Sonic Team. It also includes a call for submissions to the Sonic So Research Group, featured on the previous page. This guide details field navigation for episodes 12 to 14 of El Dorado Gate Volume 5, centered on Sophie's escape from Ankar's prison and rescue of Hans. It provides strategic advice for key locations, starting with Ankar's prison, where taming monsters and magic stone management are critical for escape. Radna Mine requires 2 visits to capture rare monsters and earn Zeni. The Gehenna Desert and Lester Lake are recommended for finding rare monsters and accumulating wealth, cautioning against fire attribute enemies and emphasizing quick item securing. Radna Town is the location to recruit companions for the Land of Fate by completing specific quests and monster donations to NPCs. Potential companions include Gomes, Kanan, Radia, Arishan, Mankema, Minima, Akanan, and Pamela. The guide also covers rare monster locations and capture strategies for creatures like Red Tooth and Kunola Wave. Finally, it highlights key enemies such as the boss Karagar, requiring healing, and Orga, with valuable drops, and the Land of Fate battle area for combat and Zeni. This page details the strategy guide for Episode 13, The Land of the Dead, in El Dorado Gate Volume 5. The story involves chasing Bud into Tanasu Town to find Risa and discover how to access the Forbidden Land of the Dead. The guide covers key locations, starting with Tanasu Town, where the focus is on finding Bud and accessing the Land of the Dead, though it notes the town is mostly empty afterward. Fezzard Forest is presented as a maze, with screenshots illustrating the correct path to avoid getting lost. Deed Rock is highlighted for its fire attribute enemies, and the boss Shinigami Deed, who uses instant death attacks, recommending water resistance and recovery items. Zorba Village is crucial for obtaining the bouquet item and contains a hidden room accessed by interacting with a specific box. The Tower of the Dead involves following Reza, finding hidden keys near doors, and preparing for fire attribute enemies with water attribute equipment. Detailed enemy strategies are provided for creatures like the Shirai, which absorbs light, and the main bosses, Shinigami Deed and the Soul Eater. The Soul Eater is particularly noted for its instant death and fire attacks, requiring specific resistance gear and character choices like Kanan. The guide also covers the Ichikoro enemy and strategies for the Land of Fate battle area, where players use the light attribute talisman sank against weak enemies. Finally, hints are given for finding 3 hidden collectible cards by fulfilling specific conditions in the game world. Episode 14 of El Dorado Gate Volume 5, The Floating Continent Gamarandal, follows the Devil Gang's leader, Rador, as he heads to Gamarandal after a sky pirate attack. The episode's locations include Tanasu Town, Rodna Mines, Grandbiter Boss, Gaston Valley, Bud Awakens, Attribute Changes, Perez Desert, Crown of Wisdom Needed, Northern Wilderness, and Kinpika Mansion, Shinarok Boss. Boss strategies are provided for Grandbiter, Happy Bird with Bud, Gamaran, Boro and Oro, Zodi, and the final duo, Gamaran and Kiki. The guide details how actions impact Rador's reputation, affecting magic stone prices, but reducing other item sale prices. The Land of Fate offers battles for prizes and a magic stone shop. This page serves as a fan hub for El Dorado Gate, connecting players with the developers. It announces the release of Volume 5 and provides brief details about the game itself, including its release format and online features. A staff member shares insights into Episode 13, highlighting the poignant parting scene between Bud and Riza, a moment depicted in a screenshot on the page, commenting on its emotional impact and how it reflects the game's theme of resisting fate. Another section discusses popular characters and moments, noting Episode 3 as a fan favorite for its unique aging mechanic affecting townspeople. The page also features fan-submitted artwork showcasing characters from Volume 5, such as Sophiex, Labodor, and Bodo. Information on downloadable content is provided, detailing a collection of light attribute guns and demonstrating an item synthesis recipe, showing how combining 2 wasteland rifles yields a grizzly rifle. Finally, there's a call for fan submissions, inviting players to send in their art and thoughts. This page dives into a play guide for the arcade classic Crazy Taxi 2, specifically focusing on the Around Apple map. It acknowledges that some players might be struggling a week after release, and aims to help beginners master the basic skills and navigate this particular city. The guide breaks down essential techniques, starting with the crucial method for picking up passengers efficiently, emphasizing the importance of stopping precisely and quickly to avoid losing time. It then covers passenger destinations, explaining that each passenger, identifiable by color, has 2 potential drop-off points, such as yellow passengers often heading to the hotel and green passengers to the stadium. Recognizing these patterns is key to improving efficiency. A significant portion is dedicated to navigating the Around Apple map, divided into north, east, and west areas. It points out notable landmarks and potential routes, highlighting a strategic shortcut near Point B that can save significant time when traveling from the stadium towards the east area. Though this requires knowing the map well. The north area is noted as potentially tricky due to its layout. The page includes helpful screenshots demonstrating techniques like efficient passenger pickup and differentiating destinations based on passenger color, alongside a detailed map of the area. This guide details strategies for maximizing scores in Crazy Taxi 2's Around Apple map. The west area offers straightforward shortcuts, with Point C bridging gaps. The east area features a recommended route from the west via the southern bridge, utilizing Point D for shortcuts. Point G covers a complex intersection, while Point H provides a central shortcut. Passenger selection is key. Short distances earn time, medium distances balance time and chips, and long distances/groups maximize chips. The guide stresses leveraging shortcuts, especially by jumping over low buildings. Effective use of shortcut points is crucial for success. Quote, this page reveals some exciting secret features in Crazy Taxi 2. Following up on the strategy guide from the previous page, it highlights 2 hidden vehicles, the returning bicycle and the all-new stroller. The bicycle, while agile and good for navigating tight spaces like Small Apple, is noted as being quite weak and easily thrown off by obstacles. The stroller, a bizarre new addition, is described as having particularly poor handling, prone to oversteer, making high scores difficult, but offering a unique challenge for Crazy Taxi veterans. Screenshots show these vehicles in action and the characters associated with them. Beyond the hidden cars, the page details 3 challenging game modes under the secret feature section. These are designed to test map knowledge and driving skill. No destination mark removes the target marker. No arrows removes the directional arrows. And the ultimate expert mode combines both for the toughest navigation challenge. The commands for unlocking these modes are also provided. The content suggests these features significantly expand the gameplay depth for those looking to push their Crazy Taxi skills further. This page delves into the Crazy Pyramid Guide Volume 1 for Crazy Taxi 2, providing essential tips for conquering the first 9 challenges in this mode. It breaks down key strategies for each challenge, emphasizing the critical role of signature moves like the Crazy Dash for explosive acceleration, the Crazy Hop for clearing gaps, and precise timing for optimal results in activities ranging from long jumps to tricky golf-like shots and navigating tight courses. Additionally, the guide covers important features for general gameplay improvement. It highlights the new blue destination arrow, which offers a direct line-of-sight indicator to the destination, a valuable tool for experienced drivers compared to the standard route-following green arrow. The page also details the various camera view options available to players, including satellite, passenger, and the standard original view, explaining the controls for switching perspectives and revealing a command to change views after picking up a fare. Lastly, a hidden speed display feature is described, allowing players to see their exact velocity on screen, activated via a specific controller input. This page is a strategy guide for the Dreamcast title, Exodus Guilty Neos, presented as the first installment of a major walkthrough. The focus here is on achieving the highest Diamond class rank by clearing the game efficiently, though it acknowledges that first-time players should prioritize enjoying the story over speedruns. It explains that the game ranks your performance based on clear time and other factors upon finishing. A key tip provided for when players get stuck is to consider changing the protagonist, which is the basic method for progressing if the story halts, allowing you to continue enjoying the narrative flow. The guide also reassures players that hints for where to go or what to do are often given just before they are needed, particularly in the middle sections of the game, and recommends using the message history function if a hint is missed. The main content is an action chart detailing the steps for the prologue sequences in the past, present, and future chapters, listing locations like Martha's house, the airport, residential areas, ruins, and Janai Castle, and noting key events like characters joining or obtaining specific items needed for progression. The page features striking character art of a female character, and screenshots showing various scenes from the game, including menu interfaces and character interactions. This page continues the strategy guide for the Sega Dreamcast title, Exodus Guilty Neos, presenting a comprehensive breakdown of the main game chapters. It features detailed action flowcharts for the past, present, and future eras, guiding players through key locations and events like navigating Plenark, exploring ruins, or visiting a heavily guarded checkpoint. The guide emphasizes these charts serve as a primary route, but encourages players to first experience the story naturally, using the charts as a reference when progression halts. Beyond the flowcharts, the page highlights significant plot points and items. These include the protagonist's search for the character Will, the strategic importance of traveling between Ulu Arc and Plenark for information, the introduction of a mysterious blonde character whose arrival leads to complications, the discovery of a secret hidden within a cemetery, the crucial step of obtaining a map from the character E, and the dangerous challenge of bypassing a sternly guarded checkpoint. The page is richly illustrated, with character portraits and numerous screenshots showcasing various scenes and interactions from the game. This page continues the comprehensive strategy guide for Exodus Guilty Neos, detailing the progression through both the past and present story arcs. Flowcharts illustrate the path, guiding players from being saved by the Water Priest Aqua through visiting various locations like Plenark, Ulu Arc, the Fire and Water Temples to obtain the Blue Diamond, and reaching Sea Arc, the Saint's Cemetery, and Quake's house in the past. The present arc picks up in Kasumi's room, leading players through the Foreigner's Cemetery where a stone monument causes a stir, to the top of a cliff, into the ruins for information, and navigating sequences involving the airfield and a suspension bridge, culminating in discovering an underground passage using a special item. Beyond the main walkthrough, the guide highlights key events and characters. There's a section on Marsa's final moments and the significance of meeting different priests. Details are provided about the Water Priest Aqua and the Sand Priest, including their relationships with the protagonist Ares, and the challenge of meeting Gigi, requiring specific stones. An important item, the Blue Diamond,
is explained as being obtainable from Aqua and useful for receiving advice. Finally, a section reveals the real names of characters A and Reina as Tachibana I and Tachibana Reina, noting their differing ages and heights, presenting their vital statistics. This guide details the future arc progression for Exodus Guilty Neos, covering steps 15 to 23 with a flowchart outlining events. Players must defend the town guild, navigate checkpoints, endure ambushes, explore mines, and reach the Tiger's Eye barrier. Key events include item theft after meeting Rihitaru, leading to the Operation Seduction checkpoint strategy. An ambush by Riliru reveals a secret. Reuniting with Tatsuta and retrieving the russet dagger from Iji are also key steps. Players must solve the Book of Chastisement riddle to progress. The solution involves identifying natural elements, water, sand, fire, wind, to answer, "Who am I?" Finally, obtaining the fire of the sun and the light of the moon unlocks a passage to Lake Marine. This guide details the past and modern arcs of Exodus Guilty Neos. In the past arc, after recruiting Aqua, players navigate the Sand Sanctuary, confront Kuwait for the Fire of the Sun, and explore the Sage's Cemetery. They then revisit the Sand Sanctuary to battle the Sand Priest, obtaining the Giant's Hammer and Yokucho's Medallion, crucial for facing Will at Plain Arc. Helpful tips cover acquiring the Fire of the Sun from Kuwait and the Torch from Tradidian's Quiz. The modern arc involves investigating suspicious activities around the 10 Commandments of Moses. Players progress through locations like Lake Marine, a foreign cemetery, and an underground passage, encountering Reina. The arc continues through a residential area, Kasumi's room, revealing the man in the tie, the water sanctuary, and the Senjane Church. Argur Church provides aid, leading to Plain Village, and a puzzle based on a past arc number. The guide recommends playing the eras in the order of past, modern, then future, to optimize the gameplay. This page details the continued progression of the future arc in Exodus Guilty Neos. It recaps getting past previous checkpoints and reaching the village guild, but notes that the Tiger Gate presents another barrier. The guide explains how the party receives help from Tatsuya in Village Guild to navigate this heavily guarded area. The walkthrough continues through key events, like finding a stone tablet in the Holy Ground, revealing the secret of the Shield of Light, and the number code 1244 needed to pass through the Forest of Maze. It covers events at Tatsuta's house, a date between Tatsuya and Riley, searching for it, and acquiring the Violet Dagger by using the book Record of Conquest at the Holy Ground after answering a question. The lion's emblem, necessary to open the Tiger Gate, is found in the barracks at the Town Guild. The page also hints at the fate of Sweet and Riley, suggesting Sweet gets separated on the way to the Tiger Gate. It questions what awaits beyond the gate, the status of Tatsuya and Riley's relationship, and how various mysteries intertwine, leading to unexpected plot developments. This page features the strategy game Advanced Great Strategic Confrontation 2001, highlighted with a dramatic World War II theme, focusing specifically on the winter war between Finland and the Soviet Union. The title refers to it as the Führer Headquarters Edition, likely reflecting the game's focus on commanding forces. The article delves into the historical conflict, explaining the context of the Winter War, the vast disparity in forces between the Soviet Union and Finland's reliance on cunning tactics and skilled individual units to resist the invasion, mentioning key figures like Mannerheim. It showcases a game map illustrating troop movements and battle locations relevant to this conflict, alongside screenshots of the game's interface displaying unit statistics and battlefield views. A small combat news section confirms the publication details, and an editor's note draws a parallel between the famed Finnish Formula One driver's nickname and the brave Finnish Air Force pilots depicted in the game scenario. The game data confirms its release date, publisher Sega, price, and genre as a simulation wargame with online versus play support. The content emphasizes the challenging and historically significant nature of the game's scenarios. This page continues the deep dive into Advanced Great Strategic Confrontation 2001's Winter War scenario, providing crucial strategic tips for the Finnish player. It details the importance of initial defense, enduring the early onslaught by producing key units like fighters and infantry, and leveraging the Soviets' high military expenditure as a weakness, which can lead to army surrenders. Exploiting these surrenders, particularly the Soviet 8th Army, is key to stabilizing the front and shifting forces for offense. The article warns against complacency,
emphasizing the need to rebuild strength as the Soviets will continue to deploy tanks and aircraft, and highlights the danger of units like the monstrous KV-2 tank, recommending artillery and air support to take it down. The page also celebrates the Flying Finns, showcasing several historical aircraft featured in the game that saw service with the Finnish Air Force. These include the agile Fokker DXXI, the Italian Fiat G.50 beloved by pilots, the foundational Bristol Bulldog, the sturdy Gloucester Gladiator Mk.2, the surprisingly fast Bristol Blenheim Mk bomber, and the French-supplied Morane Saulnier Ms 406, a favorite among Finnish aces. Screenshots throughout the page illustrate strategic maps, unit details, and tactical battles, giving players a clear visual of the challenging and historically rich gameplay experience. This page marks the final installment of the Skies of Arcadia official fan page feature. It's presented as a celebratory finale, bringing together the game's characters in a large 3D render and featuring a "Gather, Blue Rogues!" fan art section. The article expresses gratitude to both fans and staff for their support throughout the feature's run and the game's journey. It speaks of the adventure continuing in the future's sky, encouraging players to look ahead and raise the air pirate flag. The fan section showcases various illustrations from contributors across Japan, depicting favorite characters like Weiss, Aika, Fina, and others from the beloved RPG. The overall tone is one of fond farewell mixed with excitement for future possibilities hinted at by the game's ending. This page is a heartfelt send-off to a popular title and its community. This page is a heartfelt farewell from the Eris team, the developers of Skies of Arcadia, concluding the game's fan feature in the magazine. Dominating the page is a fantastic 3D render, showcasing the vast cast of characters from the game, including Weiss, Aika, Fina, and many of the memorable crewmates and adversaries who joined the Sky Pirates' journey. The main text block contains a message from the development team, expressing profound gratitude to all the fans who supported the game and the magazine's feature. They reflect on the adventure since the game's release, and look forward to meeting everyone again in the next Sky, emphasizing that Arcadia is eternal. The page also features the final installment of the Fan Art Corner, "Gather, Blue Rogues!" displaying illustrations from dedicated players across Japan. These vibrant drawings capture beloved characters like Vigoro, Ramirez, Hans, and the main trio, often accompanied by comments about their favorite aspects or moments from the game, such as character personalities or surprising plot points like the ending. Finally, the page announces a contest offering the game's original soundtrack plus bonus material to 3 lucky fans, requiring entries with game impressions. This page serves as a beautiful and appreciative send-off, celebrating the game and its community. This page features the Hitmaker official page, Volume 19, focusing on the Hitmaker Trust community. It presents a radio-style segment titled Volume 24. Hello. Hello. This is FM 33.33 Headquarters Pirate Broadcast Station, which seems to be a log or transcript of a community broadcast or discussion. The content discusses the state of gamers, particularly the decline of Heta gamers, bad gamers, and Magi gamers, serious gamers, and includes a program list with segments like news, soccer updates, and a music feature highlighting Japanese artists. There's also a quirky PC section, and a segment about serious gamers visiting. Further down, messages from community members touch upon various topics, including customizing t-shirts, experiences with older gaming hardware like the MSX, and discussions around games such as Crazy Taxi, Virtua on Force, mentioning its BGM, and Virtua Fighter, referencing its jungle stage. One message from Maya provides humorous, almost nonsensical, life advice. The overall tone is informal and community-focused, reflecting ongoing interactions and inside jokes among the Hitmaker Trust members. The Hitmaker official page, Volume 19, showcases the 3 organization aiming to reform the arcade world by supporting Heta gamers and fighting discrimination. The page features fan art, including illustrations of characters from Last Bronx and original characters with humorous commentary. Community interaction is evident through user messages, including questions about Hitmaker and cryptic discussions about influence. A Summer 2013 Data Top 10 ranks diverse topics, from E3 to Jackass, reflecting the group's eclectic taste. Promotions highlight Hitmaker titles and related goods, such as Momotaro Densetsu DVDs, and a Final Climax plan sale. The page concludes with a call for reports and requests from students and workers, reinforcing the organization's grassroots and rebellious nature within the Hitmaker community. The next page features a special interview and retrospective on the development of the unique management simulation game, Sega, also known as Sega Gaga. Released on March 29th for 5,800 yen, this single-player title puts you in charge of Sega's fight for survival. The page highlights the game's critical reception, quoting sound director Tsuyoshi Kaneko, who found the overwhelmingly positive reviews scary good, and features a humorous in-game screenshot questioning a character's fondness for limited editions. The core of the page is an interview with key members of the development team. Producer Tetsu Zulgeru, director Hiroaki Suzuki, and sound director Tsuyoshi Kaneko. They discuss the game's creation, focusing particularly on the music. Kaneko shares anecdotes about the game's iconic theme, the Sega March, including how he was asked to compose it, and the surprising inclusion of real-world locations like Tokyo's Oda Ward in the lyrics. They also touch upon the creation of the game's emotional ending theme, If We Could Meet Someday, and the fun experience during the sound composition process. Suzuki also notes how Kaneko's musical arrangements expanded upon the march's main theme throughout the game, evolving into grander pieces. The interview about Sega highlights the game's development and fan interaction. Producer Tetsu Zulgeru and director Hiroaki Suzuki praise sound director Tsuyoshi Kaneko's vital contributions, going beyond standard duties to create sound effects and convert data. Kaneko, now a Sega enthusiast, muses on sequel ideas and the challenge of appealing to both hardcore fans and newcomers. A report on a release event in Akihabara shows Zulgeru and others interacting with fans at game shops, attracting massive crowds, particularly at Messe Sano, where a special business card case was given out. The event's success created a crowded atmosphere, reflecting the passionate fan base and the developers' connection to them. This page announces the results for the Dancing Audition 2001 for Aero Dancing. Highlighting the passion of the fanbase, an impressive 2,288 entries were submitted for the replay audition. The image shows the intense final judging process at CRIS, where 30 finalists were reviewed. From those, 13 winning entries were selected, showcasing beautiful and polished aerial maneuvers, and their details and replay data are available online. The page also reveals results for fan-decided content for the upcoming Aero Dancing Fan Disc. In the I Want to Ride This Aircraft national vote, the Russian Su-25 Frogfoot was chosen, featured here in a weapon select screenshot, after a fierce competition with the F-14B. The results of the Parent Let's Recruit naming contest are teased, with the winner set to be announced in the next issue. Excitement is building for this final installment in the Aero Dancing series. This page continues the highlights from the Dancing Audition 2001 event for Aero Dancing. It kicks off with the Grand Prix Large Fighter Showdown titled Waiting for Counterattack Permission, where pilot Yuichi took the win flying the F-15J. The description praises his skill in navigating two Su-27s, starting defensively before executing a decisive counterattack. Next, 2 Excellence Awards are showcased. The Bridge Tuck Cross Award went to Kuromaku and former Airman First Class, using 2 T4 Biz to perform a challenging synchronized cross under a narrow bridge, demonstrating impressive teamwork and timing. The 2-Hit Combo Award won by Fu, unskilled admin, piloting a P-51D Red, features a humorous sequence where the pilot uses game-over invincibility to destroy an enemy car, then crashes into and bounces off a tank to destroy another behind it. Finally, a CRIS staff interview section features Shinya Izumi and Tomonori Haba looking back at the dancing audition. They express delight at the overwhelming number of entries, noting the difficulty of judging but also the significantly increased skill level and creative use of aircraft and camera angles. They encourage participants, especially those who didn't win, to continue honing their skills for future opportunities. This page continues the coverage of the Aero Dancing Dancing Audition 2001 event, showcasing the Excellent Works Award recipients. The Producer Izumi Award goes to Natural Enemy, featuring a moody nighttime battle with an AV-8B Harrier attacking ground targets. The Main Programmer Kaneko Award is given to Rhythmic Gymnastics Ribbon Performance, for a T3SP performance, praised for its pure technical skill and stable execution. The Fuku Award highlights Booster Ignition, Atmospheric Escape, where a daring F2A maneuver uses game mechanics to ascend to incredible altitudes, offering a unique view of the Earth's curve. The Dorimaga Award recognizes Aero Dancing Su-27 Juravlik for its high-level Su-27 manipulation, including an impressive Pugachev's Cobra. The GameSpot Award for Best Time is won by If You're a Man, Go Without Hesitation, for completing a challenging F-15 a mid-air refueling sequence in record time. Finally, the SAN award goes to Harrier Sumo Heli-Carrier Place, a creative entry using two AV-8BS to simulate sumo wrestling on a carrier deck. The page concludes with comments on the judging process, emphasizing that works with strong individuality and technical skill were highly evaluated. They note that the Grand Prix winner's ability to guide CPU opponents was particularly impressive. The judges express gratitude to participants and look forward to future creative entries. This page continues the results of the Aero Dancing iDancing Audition 2001 event, presenting more award winners. The Too Fast Award is presented to Dry Eye, piloting an F-15 DJ AG-2 for an incredibly swift clearance of a balloon challenge, so fast that the replay data is almost insufficient, earning a humorous note that it's not necessarily a standard technique. Next is the Home Run Award, given to using AT3SP. This entry creatively uses smoke trails to simulate hitting a baseball into a stadium, praised as a victory of idea, despite whether it truly resembles a home run is debatable. The Dance Until Morning Award recognizes, and their T3SP entry titled Monster of the Isolated Island, dancing aircraft appears on a full moon night. They managed to make the plane stand vertically and appear to dance on the ground, creating a unique atmosphere that demonstrated high-level technical skill. Finally, the Best Stalker Award goes to flying an F-86 FAF for Air Attack 8, which involved hitting the F-86F's fuselage with all shots in the shortest time, a challenging task that experienced players would appreciate. The page also includes a list of all the participants whose work is included on the fan disc, acknowledging their contributions. The developers conclude by expressing their gratitude for the overwhelming participation and creativity, stating that thanks to everyone's efforts, this fan disc has become the best one yet. They mention this is the last one for the Dreamcast but hint at future projects. This page features Guilty Gear X for the Dreamcast. The main article discusses the potential end of the series column, reflecting on its run since the arcade version and apologizing for a delay in prize delivery, while hinting that support could bring it back. There's a character popularity poll results section, highlighting Faust's surprising rise in rank. A large, striking portrait of the character Faust dominates the bottom left. Finally, the Talking in GGX section breaks down advanced gameplay mechanics, demonstrating techniques like the Fortress Cancel and Falling Dust Attack, with accompanying screenshots, offering strategic insights for players looking to improve their skills. This page is dedicated to the Guilty Gear X fan art gallery, explicitly declared a Faust festival due to his surging popularity in the recent character poll. It features a vibrant collection of illustrations submitted by fans, showcasing various characters from the game, including Faust, May, Milia Rage, Soul Bad Guy, KY Kisuke, and others, each with unique artistic interpretations and comments from the contributors. The page celebrates the community's creativity centered around the popular fighting game. Additionally, there's information about the ongoing Guilty Gear X Championship, detailing the schedule and locations for the remaining official preliminary tournaments leading up to the national finals. This page delves into the world of game and hobby goods, with the Akasaka Garekido feature, spotlighting cool kits and figures for June 2001. Kicking things off is a stunning model kit of Roy Fokker's iconic VF-1 Strike Valkyries from Macross by Hasegawa, a highly detailed piece capturing the essence of the transforming fighter. Next up are figures of the legendary duo, Ki and Yuri, from Dirty Pair, presented as finished painted figures that fans were definitely talking about. For those who loved the unique mech combat of the Dreamcast game Extreme GG, known as EGG. In Japan, there are model kits of the game's distinctive egg robots, the Egg Weasel 1 and Egg Julier, highlighting their battle modes inspired by spinning tops. The page also features a completed toy of Kamen Rider Agito's Machine Tornado, emphasizing its full transformation gimmick, a must-have for collectors who enjoy dynamic toys. Finally, there's a look at the origins of garage kits, focusing on figures based on Bishujo game characters, showcasing several impressive resin kits from various titles like Tenshi no Tamago, Shilf Blade, and Natural 2 Duo, featuring characters like Alice, Shilf, Chitose, Sora, Suzuna, and Chiyomi, highlighting the passion and artistry behind these collector's items. It seems Akasaka Garekido has a great selection for any fan. This page showcases a diverse array of collectibles,
Action figures include Baki Hanma, known for articulation, and Haruko Haruhara with her Vespa. Model kits feature the Magna Vital police car, and Gundam robots from the HGUC 1144th line. Meiwa Denki's quirky finished toys are highlighted, including a fish skeleton cord holder, Knockman figures, Bitman, and a Sabao doll case. Various small figures, some inspired by Rodney Greenblatt, are also shown. The page concludes with a look at the Cam 08, a bipedal robot kit that impressed with its demonstration. The selections range from anime icons to innovative and unconventional toys. This page features the 12th installment of the Dorimaga Dora-chan's game review section, drawn by Tatsuneko. The main topic is the exciting release of Phantasy Star Online Ver.2. The two characters featured are Dora-chan, described as a game girl who loves popular trends in cosplay, acting as the personality for this corner, and Megadora, her sensible senior. In a speech bubble, Dora-chan exclaims that Phantasy Star Online Ver.2 is finally released, bidding farewell to the painful and sad days of losing, implying the new version brings much better experiences or success. The author also chimes in, stating they've been hooked on the in-game exchange shop, finding it quite fun how negotiations can lead to success. They also note that the market rate for staffs has recently increased. Another comment humorously mentions looking at feet, possibly referring to item drops or character gear. The next page continues the look at Phantasy Star Online Ver.2. It offers some practical tips on item management, clarifying that only currently equipped items and those stored in the warehouse are protected from loss upon death, while others, like unequipped mags, are not. A character's stats and equipped items are briefly shown, with a note that leaving weapons unequipped is a bad example regarding item loss. The characters and the author share their gameplay experiences. The new battle mode is exciting but requires getting used to, and challenge mode is highlighted as demanding teamwork because a single player's death ends the mission. They discuss the tension of running low on resources like Monomate and find certain areas appropriately nerve-wracking. Dora-chan mentions the need to level up and renew her hunter's license, while the author notes that the ultimate difficulty mode is particularly challenging, even for a high-level character. The page concludes with a call to meet again on Ragall and the author's profile. This page features episode 46 of the comic series Yuru Yuru Creature, titled Helper. The comic focuses on the characters exploring the concept of maid outfits, with the overarching theme Maid Outfit Kawaii on display. On the left, character profiles are introduced, including Guru Guru, Aoi-tan, and Jinmen, Aoi-san, Hiroshima-kun, and Meizi-san, who appear to be original characters for this section of the magazine. The comic panels showcase the characters' reactions to various maid outfit styles. One character expresses a preference for less fluffy designs, while another favors a long, stoic dress and specifically mentions black hair. The artwork is in a cute, chibi style, reflecting the lighthearted discussion about fashion choices. This section provides a fun, visual break from game reviews and news, offering a glimpse into the magazine's unique cast and their humorous antics. This page continues the Yuru Yuru Creature comic, following the characters' discussion about maid outfits. The comic humorously explores different preferences for maid attire, with characters debating skirt length, fluffiness, and overall style. The overall theme is Maid Outfit Kawaii, cute maid outfit. The characters seen discussing the outfits include those introduced previously, like Guru Guru and Aoi-tan. The comic also features the character Ayase-kun, who is shown wearing a Japanese-style maid outfit, drawing reactions from the others. The discussion highlights various opinions on what makes a maid outfit appealing, from aprons being cute to specific details. On the right side of the page, profiles are provided for some of the characters. There's Ayase-kun, described as a Mechamania fan who loves Tsurutsuru Kateka, and uses his inherent docile nature to stay close to Meizi-san. Next is Yuki-chan, a robot developed by Ayase-kun for Guru Guru Creature, whose setting as a glass-wearing girl is apparently Ayase-kun's preference. Below is Usagi, described as a gel-filled creature created by stuffing cells into a bag, with intelligence comparable to humans, and a personality that confounds common sense. Finally, there's an illustration of Meizi-san and Aoi-tan, labeled Guru Guru Creature, and Maid and Aoi-tan. The bottom section mentions the creator, Mr. Ware Kusa Yumiko, and their homepage, along with a note about collaboration work and plans for future releases. This page presents a bi-weekly column titled
Iroiro desu kusu 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 by manga artist Izumi Takemoto. The column's theme revolves around shared gaming experiences and nostalgic moments that feel like a rite of passage in certain software. The author recounts lending various games to an acquaintance who recently started playing on the Super Nintendo. Specifically, the collection featuring Dragon Quest I and II. The acquaintance is currently progressing through the game, having reached level 13 and arriving in Garenham, referred to as Garai Town in the text. This prompts the author to reminisce about a specific point in Dragon Quest I, the search for the key item known as the Sunstone, Taiyu no Ishi. The author expresses excitement and nostalgia upon realizing their friend is likely approaching this classic quest marker, noting that they haven't been asked about the Sunstone in over a decade. The page features illustrations of characters resembling Princess Gwyllin, Princess Aura, and the hero from Dragon Quest I, along with a cat, seemingly reacting to the discussion about the game's progress and the memorable hunt for the Sunstone. The column includes a title character, Dorimaga, a stylized cat. The author concludes by stating that the next column will touch upon the character Lagos from Dragon Quest II. This page features a compatibility horoscope section running from June 8th to June 21st, focusing on romantic compatibility with your favorite characters and welcoming reader requests. It lists which zodiac signs have good and bad compatibility during this period. The page also highlights Aya Hasebe from the visual novel and anime series Comic Party, noting her birthday on June 12th, and discussing her financial situation and daily habits. The main content is a detailed horoscope for all 12 zodiac signs for the 2-week period, providing a general fortune, lucky color, lucky item, and a graphical representation of luck levels for money, health, love, work, and play, using symbols to denote the level of fortune in each area. This page focuses on reader giveaways and previews the next issue. It features 5 different items readers could win by submitting a survey postcard by June 21st, with the results announced in the July 27th issue. Prizes include Dreamcast software, 15 winners; Sakura Wars, 3 plushies featuring 5 characters, 5 winners; the Illbleed software and strategy guide set, 3 winners; a Dorimaga original t-shirt, 10 winners; and Dreamcast Magazine cover art phone cards featuring Shenmue 2's Ryo Hazuki and Ren of Heavens, 100 winners. The page also previews the next issue, scheduled for release on June 22, 2001, covering the July 13th issue. The highlight is a major feature celebrating the release of Sonic Adventure 2. The issue will also touch on the future of cross-platform gaming, Goro Goro Onsen 2, Air, Candy Stripe, Capcom vs. SNK 2, a special feature returning to Sakura Wars 3, character voice actor interviews with Trust flowcharts, and a glimpse at other consoles, boasting a significant page count increase to 200 pages. There's also a list of winners from a previous contest period. This page features a Bisho romance adventure game called Miss Moonlight. The artwork prominently displays a large illustration of the main heroine with long brown hair and expressive eyes, wearing a pink bow and green attire. To the right, smaller screenshots show other characters and scenes, including one character crying and another in a more active pose. The game's story centers around the protagonist and Sandy, a princess who arrives from a country embroiled in civil war. Their bond strengthens, eventually leading to love. Later, as her homeland stabilizes, Sandy returns to Japan to study, and the protagonist and his companions experience various love stories. Key highlights of the game include its detailed, high-quality graphics, a branching multi-ending scenario based on player choices, and a cast of distinct heroines who are fully voiced. Miss Moonlight was scheduled for release in late June 2001, with a suggested retail price of 6,800 yen before tax, developed by Spiel and published by Kagatech. A pre-order campaign was also being run. The vertical text on the right confidently declares, "I will definitely protect you." This looks like a classic visual novel experience for the Dreamcast. This page features the racing adventure game, Fragrance Tale, from Takuyo. The main visual is a vibrant illustration showcasing the game's diverse cast of characters, including humans and various fantasy races like elves. The tagline on the right translates to, "A miraculous story connected by scent," hinting at the game's unique theme or mechanic. Fragrance Tale is presented as a racing adventure, which often combines character development and simulation elements with a compelling storyline. The page announces the Dreamcast version is scheduled for release on July 26, 2001, priced at 5,800 yen before tax. It also mentions that a PC version for Windows 95, 98, 2000, and ME was already available and enjoying positive reception,
suggesting the Dreamcast port was highly anticipated by fans.
For those eager to get an early look, the Dreamcast version was available for hands-on play at the Television Game Kingdom 2001 event held in Tokyo Dome Prism Hall on June 16 and 17, 2001. This seems like a niche but well-regarded title, building on its PC success for the Dreamcast audience.